24/7 video game podcast.
Oh, yes, whether it's a beer, a shot, or even a glass of wine, grab your favorite beverage.
Belvedere.
Belvedere. Oh, man, I have Belvedere in my head.
Yeah.
Grab your favorite beverage and welcome to your favorite live interactive video game podcast. That's right, the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. And as always, we are your host together again, Algie857.
The 23rd Stallion. Sticks.
Turbo 857.
And your boy Big Chalk. What up?
Oh, yeah.
And special guest we have on the podcast for the very first time is the newest member of Game Review Click Media Glitch. His channel, fellow YouTuber, has also got a little bit of unboxing in there, a little bit of gameplay for you as well. And he's also a huge fan of old school Sega.
Yes.
Old school Sega is happening right there. Please put your hands together and give a warm round of applause for Dave.
Yo,
AKA
what's up, man?
Also known as.
Was that?
Oh, my gosh. He said,
Thank you for the warm welcome, man. I appreciate that.
No problem. Anytime. Welcome.
I'm sorry for the audio podcast
Yeah.
on that one.
And speaking of audio, folks out there watching
How do we sound,
or
guys?
listening, let us know how we sound. This is a new setup, by the way. This is all brand new. So, yeah. Keep us posted.
I like it. This time we're on the left.
As opposed to the right, yes.
As opposed to the right,
Yeah,
we're on the left.
This is a new setup.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let us know how we sound, y'all.
Yeah.
And how do we usually start the show?
With
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. First thing, we shout out heavy metal in the chat.
heavy
metal in the
heavy
chat.
metal in the
Sir.
truck.
I popped it up. Y'all missed it.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Yeah, you can pop it up again, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
What's up?
And he let Heavy Metal just let us know everything sounds good.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, that's a good feeling. All right, good.
But since you like heavy metal, we know that you like things loud, so it might be too loud for everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I added some compression to this so we can get as loud as we want, and it's not going to blow out everyone's eardrums.
We'll find
we
out.
usually do.
We'll find out.
Well, yeah. Let us know if it does.
I love
We
compression.
need a lawyer for. Yeah.
I need a lawyer.
I know you. Anyway, we always start off by talking about the games we've been playing recently. So, yeah, let's go on in it.
So, KAG, what you been playing lately? We'll start with the guest.
All right. So I actually just started. What is the name of the It just came to Xbox. It was on PlayStation. It was exclusive, and everybody hated it.
I think I know what
Major League Baseball show.
No, the show. I love the show. The show is awesome.
Oh.
Hold on a second, because it lapsed my mind here.
Is it No More Heroes?
No.
That was part 3, right? Yeah.
Part 3.
It was.
For,
Oh
Switch.
God, why can't I remember the name of this game? It's so bad.
I've been playing that too, KAG. It's pretty good.
We'll
But,
edit that in.
I have been playing MLB, the show, because the show is amazing. I'm a huge baseball fan, huge Madden fan, so I'm always playing Madden. So anybody want to get served up, come see me in Madden.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
And then Mortal Kombat also. They just did a new update on Mortal Kombat, so I don't know what it was about, but probably tweaking. So that, and then I'll come back to you on the other game. It's crazy. I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
But it just came to Xbox. It's on sale for $29. It was free on PlayStation 5 just here
It's Xbox.
recently.
We're used to it not having any games. It's okay.
Damn. Wow. Wow.
We're not there yet.
First shot was fired.
I think that patch for Mortal Kombat 11 was it was a patch to
Stop
make
Joel from cheating.
that. Yes.
Listen,
Nah, he didn't cheat. He was just that good.
PC
Joel-
players and Xbox can play together or something. Something about cross
Kid Amazing says
something.
bug snacks.
Bugs.
No, it was Godfall. I just looked it up
yes.
on my play history.
Oh, God.
So it actually, I didn't really give it a chance on PlayStation, but I've given it more of a chance now that it was cheap and I want to play it. They did some good things to it. And then Joel, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, Joel's good, right? When you play Joel, you have to change up your game style. So in Mortal Kombat, I'm more of an attacker. And with him, you have to kind of sit back and let him approach you. So you got to change up with him, man. Yeah, got to learn with the block button for sure.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
I played Mortal Kombat with Joel for like, I think it was the longest half an hour of playing Mortal Kombat ever.
Yeah.
For you,
Clean,
it was.
clean sweep. I think I beat him in one round, and that's when his kids were distracting him.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
those
He
kids.
loves Baraka, man. So that's his go-to.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
But next time, I'm gonna give him better competition.
I thought it was Sindel also. Does he play with Sindel a little bit? Or is it...
He plays in multiple.
Yeah, he plays with multiples, but if he wants to really put it, if he really wants to put it to you, it's going to be with Baraka for sure. And see, my issue with fighting games, I've played so many games. When it comes to fighting games, I'm not dominant in any. I just can pick up the controller and just play. But in Mortal Kombat, with Melina, I am rather dominant with her. People hate when I choose her. So it is what it is.
Hey.
Too bad for them.
Exactly.
Unfortunately for me, Mortal Kombat ended at 2.
That was the greatest Mortal Kombat ever made, though. So that's a good place to end it, I would guess.
I still remember it being really good.
11.
He said that, man.
11
Yes.
is awesome sticks. You need to play that.
Nah,
It's a different game, though. It is,
11
though.
is
It looks
fire.
good, but it's a different game, though. None of the moves are the same.
See, I got, is it X or 10? Mortal
10.
Kombat. It's
10.
10. It's
Yeah,
considered 10, 'cause
X or 10, yeah.
Some people say X,
Say
some
that.
people say 10.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 10.
But I had that one. That was the last one, and I got all the DLC for that.
Mhm.
And it was great. But I felt like there's no need to get 11 if you play.
No, 11 was different.
Nah, man, it's
That was
Schwarzenegger. Rambo.
10
know-
was the horror people. right?
the horror,
horror.
DLC.
That's Freddy Krueger and Jason on
Yeah.
Yes.
And the alien, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the
And the
horror.
Predator?
I got all the.
The Predator.
Yeah.
Should have had the online predator in there.
Nah.
He's in there. He goes, He's the guy who pops his head out.
You mean Jared throwing Subway sandwiches?
Wow, man. Come on.
Not
Oh,
an
God.
actual predator. No.
Yo, how did we get here?
What's going on?
Sorry.
Get
Sorry.
But in 11, though, the cool thing about 11 is what I feel, anyways, is they upsize the characters a little bit because you get more of an arcade feel when you're playing 11. Like especially when you're playing on like a big screen, like a flat screen or whatever.
Right.
It really gives you that arcade feel because they made the characters a little bit bigger than they did in previous games. And I'm just like, yo, I love 11. 2 has got my heart. I got 2 on every console. Got, we've been there, did that. But 11 is the best outside of part 2 for sure. I hated 4. 4 was atrocious.
It also feels like they're taking your money in 11, so it feels like an arcade.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
No,
give it a shot.
4 was great because of the throws. Do you know what they say when you throw?
What is that?
Nah.
Like, I'm gonna get him right there. Just go over there. Like they actually speaking English bad. You gotta listen to it. I'm gonna throw you right there. Like, hell, what the hell? Kind of
Slow it down.
Because you know a rider makes that noise, and he doesn't really say anything.
We screaming.
Yeah.
It sounds like gibberish.
But in 4, they have English words though. When they do it, it's so stupid.
Saying their
I'm gonna put you
actual,
against the wall.
it's their actual move.
I'd like to see a parody of that.
It's so stupid.
That's
Oh, man.
I would like to talk to the people who voiced that. Like, yo, how funny was it when they told you to do it?
Oh,
Preston
man. That's
Shirley
funny.
was saying that MK11 is so stubby compared to Mortal Kombat 10. Feels like my character's fighting in a straight jacket.
Could you tell the difference? Is it tighter? Can you tell the difference?
I
'Cause all of them felt tight since
You played
like
10?
9. I played 9.
I played a little bit of 10.
I played 9, 11. I ain't played 10.
I still like 11 better.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like 11. It feels like the characters in 11 really have their own play style. I think some of the older games, especially 10 and before, it felt like characters, like they kind of like were reskinned of other characters to me, anyways.
But they had like
They
10
had different moves. They had different moves, but they didn't. They kind of almost felt like they moved the same to me. But that's just my opinion, right?
Interesting. Okay.
But they only had like one cosplayer, like one guy in the mocap doing all the moves anyway. So it's probably just
They had more money for 11. They're like, yeah, we got
Right,
hire more
right.
peeps, man.
But yeah, like, and DLC cast is insane for 11. Like RoboCop,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Terminator,
Yeah.
Rambo.
Yes.
It's intriguing for me, man. But I would like to see them. Did they ever talk about bringing the horror characters into 11? As DLC?
9/11, no.
probably
That was
not.
one thing. That's all licensing, man.
Yeah.
Ah,
They can't
man,
do that again.
Damn,
And
that
then
would
you
be
have,
great. That would be
uh,
great though. Like
no,
an ultimate
you got-
version.
No, by 10.
You have Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn skin for Casey, which is actually really dope too.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the weirdest thing when they put Joker in. That was 11, right?
Yeah, they put
Yeah.
Joker in the
Yeah, he's
I
in
was
there.
like, what
Yep.
the hell is he doing
Well,
in
it's the
here?
same team
Joker's
as
popular.
Injustice, so,
So
it makes
weird.
sense.
Yeah, and they made a
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat versus DC. So
Right.
He was totally different in Smash
Mhm.
Brothers.
Dreadpool says, "What's up, guys?"
Hey,
What up,
What's up,
What up,
Deadpool?
Dreadpool?
That's good.
Dreadpool in the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, who'd like to go next?
Nobody.
Wow, nobody played anything. All right.
Start from that side.
So I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West. That game is fire. I'm just playing. I'm playing through all the side missions. I
So
love
it got
Oh,
you.
so it's that. So it's that.
It
good.
got you now.
It's that.
that. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Ah,
I'm-
he's
I'm
hooked.
okay.
He's
trapped.
hooked.
I'm trapped.
It got you. It got you.
I know the feeling. I know the
And
feeling.
then of course, for Fighter Fridays, I played Dragon Ball Fighters like I play every week. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't play that game every week, but this past Friday I did play it, and such a good time. I love that game. I love that game.
Anybody from the chat
so
play?
much. Yeah, CGB Riken
Oh, he came back.
came in.
Nice.
Nah.
And I played way better against him this time around than I did the last time I played him. Like,
Did you get him around?
with my main? No, I don't think I did.
You said you got a lot better though. I saw the comment.
Nah, it was a way more competitive fight though.
Nice.
Because with my main squad, I was just confident. I was sure I knew what I wanted to do, and then I brought my B team and I got crushed.
Get that B team up out of here.
Yeah. That's basically what he said without saying it. He was like, get this whack squad out here, bring back your main squad.
That's how you know you're fighting someone who's just
Wow.
like a level better. Like when you're doing good with your main squad, but like, oh, let me try this. Squad. No, get them guys
Yeah,
out of here.
yeah,
Get them guys out of here.
Get them small fry out here.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready for that
Not
right
the
now.
time.
They
They
don't
out of
want. They don't want this smoke.
They don't want that smoke.
But I did. I did very well. I did pretty well that night. I almost leveled up to Super Saiyan God, but
Oh, wow.
I missed the threshold by 4 points.
Oh,
Damn.
I know what
Like
that's like. Missing that shit by
It's
like a little
by
bit.
4 points, so I have to have an entire new fight to
Right
get the
there.
level up.
Oh,
Right there.
Yeah,
There's so much drama
Right
that
there.
goes into those fights, man.
yeah, man.
Foul.
Mm.
Jesus.
But yeah, it was a good night, man. I love that game.
Mm.
That's gonna be on a backlog break very soon.
Or every Friday.
Just put on Friday. The fighting game.
Or everybody.
Why?
Ain't no need for it. That's not on the backlog. You play it all the time.
Unless you're a light fighter.
I don't play it Friday. Shut up.
That's hilarious.
Turbo, what you playing?
Triangle Strategy. Got further in that. I think I'm on 70 hours in that game.
70 already?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got addicted. There's a hook point in it. And
Oh.
there's a very Shining Force 3-esque part in that game.
Don't say things like that to me. Don't say things like that to me right
Did you
now.
play Astral Chain yet?
Shut up, man.
Shut up, man.
I'll get to that game after Triangle Strategy.
I mean, but
Triangle
you've had that game longer than you've had Triangle Strategy.
Look, man, I told you. Let me get back to the point. All right. Now, I told you before, 10 people is usually the most you could bring into,
Right.
with a couple of select battles that you could do 12. I think the mock battles anyway.
Right.
But there's 30 playable characters in the game, and there's no way you're going to unlock them the first playthrough. So,
Whoa.
we got to this. I'm doing the special route, the real route to get the real ending of the game, right? And I did that the way it was supposed to go. There's a part where it splits your party up into 3 different parties.
I love stuff like that.
So, you know,
Don't tell me this.
I love stuff like
It's
that.
like, but it's only if you go through this golden route. There's 3 other routes, but the thing is, the golden route is set up where you could put like 10 people on your squad, but I didn't have enough characters for all these for each 3. I only had like 7 or 8, you know,
Yeah.
so there was still more slots. So I'm fighting these battles. You know, we're tough battles, but I'm like, wow, I would have loved to have had 3 extra characters on this freaking thing. I lost each fight, each one of these battles, I lost like, 10 times before I freaking beat the battle. It was tough. These battles were tough. I was like, I really need those extra characters.
I got 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
One question: Where is it moving up on your top strategy role players of all time? Where is it right now?
Well, he's not finished with the
What did I
game.
say
I know,
last
but like when
So
something,
he popped 70 in already. So
yeah, you know when it like crosses something like, yeah, it's better than this game.
I got
could
one.
change, though.
I got one battle left, and the game's over. Well, at least this route. All right.
Okay.
What did I say last time? Did I say top.
You
10?
said it beat Fantasy
You said top
Tactics.
It beats Final Fantasy
Yeah,
Tactics.
yeah.
That's off the bat.
This
though.
might move
I could tell
into
you
the
that.
top 5. If it ends the way I think it's going to end, it
Top
really.
5.
The story was like Oh my gosh, it's
Wait,
really,
did
really
you did
well
you mess
written.
with Valkyria Chronicles? Either one?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Does
I
it?
read both of them.
Did
Both
you?
Valkyria Chronicles.
Is it knocking on those doors, or did it already?
Oh man, it's a different type of strategy role, but it's different. It's like it's very because you got real time.
So it's made your
turn-based.
MySpace top 8.
It's
Your
definitely-
MySpace
It's definitely
top
in the top. Yeah, it's higher than top 10.
I would have to
Top
wait.
5, I gotta see. Valkyria Chronicles, those are really, really high
Now,
quality.
I would
That's
say wait
RPGs.
till you to actually give a whole overview.
My-
Like,
I'm
wait for
definitely
him
gonna go
finish
through the game again.
My second question.
Yeah.
Do you think I should purchase this game?
You already decided.
Do you,
You should, you should play it. It's like you'll
you think it's my? You think I'm a be a fan of this game?
if you're playing Dark Deity, then yeah, I think
Actually, watching you play that, I was like,
Dark Didi.
Dark Deity.
Who the hell's
Dark
Dee?
Deity, whatever it is.
Sounds like a porn.
Oh man.
Dark Double D.
Dark Duty.
What's happening? What is going on?
But if you played
Oh,
that, it's
man.
like it's better than any Tactics ogre game I played. It's better than Final Fantasy Tactics, I think. Final Fantasy Tactics has aged well, but the 5 people on the squad is not cutting it anymore.
I keep seeing things popping up on our YouTube homepage, and I'm like, it's tempting me. I'm like, it's really, really fucking tempting me right now.
Nah,
So you know what to do next? You know what to do next?
it's a great.
I mean,
the characters are great. It's a great.
You're
game.
picky about characters.
I am very-
but
Are there
I'm
characters that I
watching you play.
There's
this-
a lot of good characters in there. I unlocked some secret characters, and I was just like, "Oh, this person joined me." I thought, no, I'm not even gonna go.
I hate it when they, do you overlook the stubbiness of the attacks they
That's
get
a
these little
new-
ass legs,
that I know you're gonna.
these little ass arms
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. You're gonna overlook
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Really?
Overlook that. I overlooked
After
the stuff.
playing, when I started playing, I'm like, I don't know if Eric's gonna freaking.
They look like little puppets running around.
Because I know he's very picky with that,
Well,
that sort of stuff.
You
so.
beat Fire Emblem Awakening, right?
No, you deleted my file.
Oh,
Yeah, I was at the end of the game and you deleted it. So yeah, that.
Well, they had no feet in that game, so I'm sure you're gonna be
Yeah.
okay
Okay.
with playing these stubby
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
It does have a good
8v2D.
point though. But the game you're playing now it's not.
That was just a
It looks similar.
a test to get you to play
and
it.
that one looks. And Triangle Strategy looks way better than what you're playing now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, the characters on the field,
Yeah.
like when you go into the battle, it's like it's different. I'm weird like that. I don't know
It-
because
no,
the way they look on the field look exactly how they attack in Triangle Strategy, but
Okay.
in the Dark Deity they look terrible on the field, but when they go into the battle sequence,
look
they
pretty
actually
cool.
look better.
Oh, it's like a cutscene.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
goes in.
yeah.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the thing about the Shining
It's like
Force
Advanced
Fire
Wars.
Emblem. It's different. Yeah, like Advanced Wars.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
different, but if you could ignore and get past that transition, then
With the little ass
pretty
legs,
good.
Still cool though.
the legs are like. "Doot, doot, doot."
gotta move on.
Yeah.
Game of
What else
Thrones
you
story.
playing?
No, well, so after that,
After 70 hours, that's probably all you play.
that's all I'm playing right now, man.
Good.
You can go to the next one.
And you said one match left, and then
He
you're gonna
definitely ain't
be, you're gonna be
playing
like
Dragon Ball.
7 games next time you're on, right?
We'll see about
Next week is gonna be the end of all games.
I might just go through Triangle Strategy again after New
No,
Game
you're
Plus.
not.
You understand?
No,
I ain't
you're not.
unlocked everything.
Turbo ain't playing.
He will.
I
He
unlocked
will.
everything.
He will.
I'll tell you right now, Turbo ain't playing Dragon Ball.
Why would he?
Much.
He's gonna be like, yeah, I put 160
He
hours
don't
into the
want the
game
smoke.
next week.
Wait, what happened? What?
No, I said Turbo ain't playing Dragon Ball because he don't want the smoke.
Chalk.
I
All right, what else you been
As a
playing?
matter of fack, I did invite him.
That's it.
I invited him to fight me on Fighter Friday, and he was like, "Nah, man,
I couldn't do
got
it. Ben
Why
was
would he go to a live execution? There's no reason for that.
Chalk any day of the week. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow.
No,
So Sticks, what have you been playing, man?
Oh wait, skip Sticks. All right, what you been playing?
I got some good news.
Is he playing something
I
other
got
than
good. Listen, I got good news.
I like
other
that.
than Elden
okay,
Ring?
okay.
Other than Elden Ring.
I beat Elden Ring.
Finally.
Oh, thank goodness.
At 100
Congratulations.
130 hours.
Hallelujah.
Beat it at level 166. And
Damn.
amazing game.
He's about to go back in.
I feel no, it's still a boss I have to beat.
He's about to go back in.
Yeah, there's a 2-headed dragon I got to beat, and I consider myself the dragon slayer, so I got to go after him. But I beat the game. Last boss music. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good.
Really?
It's so good. I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Did you sob after it was over?
No, the endings in it aren't that great. Like, there's a lot of endings in it, but they never really dwell on a big ending in any Dark Souls game, any Souls game.
Because you suffered so much.
Well,
Right.
it's literally like 10 seconds, and it's like, all right, whatever. It depends on the ending you get, but
The ending's like, go back and live life now.
yeah, exactly. It's like you're free. You're free.
Yeah, you're free from being captive by this game. Go
That's what I
outside
felt
now.
like.
Take the
That's
shackles
what I
off.
felt like the sun came out.
The ending is you going outside.
Well, that's Bloodborne. No, but
Damn.
no, I definitely recommend it to anyone who likes adventure games. It's one of the best games I played ever. and it still held up through the entire game and after. And I was thinking of playing it again, but I'm not gonna do it right away. But there's definitely some other, like, there's different classes you can play, completely changes how you play the game. So yeah, there's definitely ways to play it over. But after 130 some hours, I don't play games that long like that, except like give or take like maybe 3 games in my life. But yeah, I'm not jumping right back into there. There's a lot of games, right? Especially right now. I still got to Horizon. That's probably gonna be next. I don't know if it's right now, but it's definitely coming up. But yeah, that, and then as a breath of fresh air, I had to jump into so Reggie always complains about me playing certain games, and he's always telling me to play Resident Evil 3, to finish Resident Evil 3. And I was like,
word.
I beat Resident Evil 3. I don't need to go back to
the
Resident
remake.
Evil 3.
Shoot, I got
No, I didn't play the remake.
Oh,
But he's talking about the original. And I'm like, because he saw me play it, and he's like, oh, you didn't get through it. You got through halfway. I'm like, man, listen, this other game.
He loves that game so much.
That's his favorite game. But I was like, all right, Reggie, I'm going to play Reggie's Radical Adventure. just in honor of Reggie on Thursday Thrills. I played his game. And he was
I
like,
saw that.
he's like, oh, man. All right, cool. I'm not going to ask you to play freaking Resident Evil this week.
He's like,
Just shut him up.
thou shut him
I
up.
played that, yep.
Thou shut him up.
And then I played it, and his ass didn't even show up on the show.
Play his game.
He showed up with 2 minutes left in the show. I was like, dude.
The disrespect is so real.
And he's like, yeah, you know how
Didn't
Reggie
he do
always
that
does.
before?
Yeah.
He wanted you to play something. I
Yep.
forgot what it was, and I had to remind him in our chat. I was like, "Yo, Reggie's playing your game." He said, "Oh shit!" and he had
Oh,
to
it's
run.
Clock Tower too.
Yes, yes, and then he had to run to the chat.
And then he jumped in there. He said, this is the best thing ever. I'm like, man, you almost missed the whole thing. And I wanted to ask him some questions about his game too, so I wanted to be on. And I was like, man, who wrote this story? I want to know if he had any idea about the storyline. I was like, the dream catcher? What's going on, Reggie? The stargazer? I want to know if he wrote any of this storyline. And I'm gonna ask him next week when he's on. I'll definitely ask him about his game.
That's funny.
That's a hard ass game though, man. I haven't played platforming like
That
that
looked tough.
in a while. And it was messed up. I didn't play it at all. I didn't know how to play it all until then. After I stopped and went off the stream, I played it again, got back to where I was in 15 minutes. And 15 minutes dead up, I got back to the and past where I was. I was like, damn, man.
Always on. Yeah, because the
'Cause
spotlight
people
is
watching
on.
streams, you get nervous and you can't play like
now
you
the
wanna
spotlight
play.
is on, so you start choking.
And then I got up to that. I was like, I got to
Yeah.
another stage. I was like, oh, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I tapped out of that. I was like, I can't do it. Especially off stream. I'm not doing it. But
like-
I want to beat it. Though.
It's like Saru's game, that tough ass game that you were playing when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
playing it.
Yuki.
Yeah, it's Yuki. Yeah,
FX Unit,
yeah.
yeah.
Yuki.
I beat that,
That was
too.
tough.
But when I first played, I was like, I didn't know the buttons.
that was amazing. You accidentally skipped a part in the tutorial, and you couldn't even get over a wall. That was fucking amazing.
I felt like a reviewer. I couldn't get past
I
the
think
tutorial.
I think Reggie takes satisfaction in you guys suffering playing his game. I'm quite sure.
Who wouldn't?
Oh, he would.
So I was struggling playing some hours, and I was like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
He's gonna fall for this part. Ah, yes, he died.
yeah.
I made a level in
He's,
Mega Man.
he's over there like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know about this.
I remember playing Mega Man Powered Up for PSP. I made a level, and you guys played it. You and you played it, and you got to this part, and you bumped your head and fell, and I was laughing my ass off because I
That
was like,
sounds so familiar.
I was like,
That
yes,
was mad
I
familiar.
made that so you bump your head on it,
Yeah,
fall,
yeah.
and you fell for that shit.
That sounds so familiar.
You do get a lot of pleasure by setting a trap for somebody.
Suffer.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
But since I was in my Game Boy mood, since I was Game Boy Advance, I played for the original Game Boy, Kirby's Block Ball.
The hell?
Because I used to have it when I was little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like kind of like Arkanoid or like Breakout,
Okay.
but you're like on all 4 sides. And you
Okay.
gotta fight bosses and stuff, and you bounce the ball around.
Interesting.
It reminded me. I see why people play Game Boy for nostalgia. Because I would have never thought of that game until then. I was like, this is some good memories right here. I passed like 5 levels on that thing. And I was like, all right, I remember this. And then I was like, what's Double Dragon 2 like on Game Boy?
There was a Double Dragon 2 on
There
Game
was
Boy?
a Double Dragon 2 on Game Boy.
Original Game Boy.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
No, it was actually,
I don't
it wasn't
know.
Double Dragon 2 for Nintendo because I was like, the sprite looked like it, but it was a different game. You know how
Yeah.
Double Dragon's all in a different game.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? He got it all you could. Like he could do a sure you could uppercut in the game. Like instead of your regular uppercut, he jumps off the ground with an uppercut. You still do it the same type of way. You duck and jump up.
Oh,
And-
wow.
But you don't jump kick. it's weird. You could jump and drop knees on that chest. I was like, yo, this is not bad.
It's a jump knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Double Dragon Advance by by a long shot,
Okay.
but it had enough to get me hooked.
For its limitations.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what's impressive about that, man.
I put it on hard difficulty because you know how if I beat it regular, I wouldn't have got no ending.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me put this on hard difficulty. This is the only game I do that with. And I was like, I beat the game, and I was like, wait, when I continue, did I go back to normal? Because I got a whack ending. And I was like, I'm gonna play it again. I played through the whole thing, got to the end again because I was used to it by now. I got all the way back to the end on harder difficulty, and then I got the same damn ending. I was like, oh, okay, it's just a bad ending. That's all.
Yeah,
But I would have made sure that I didn't get the fake ass ending.
you could have just.
But I went through it twice in a row. It's not a long
You
game.
could have just Google searched that, man.
Nah, man. I was in the zone.
Okay, was
I
Double
would've been
Dragon
like-
2 for Game Boy better than Double Dragon for the Master System?
Yes, because
yeah.
Double Dragon for
Yes.
Master System's freaking fights, like their punches are off.
But it's co-op though. It's co-op.
It is co-op, but when you jump kick, they fall late and they look like they're dying, like they got stabbed. Like I kicked you in the face. Why are you falling
Wait,
late?
the Game Boy doesn't have the link cable?
Oh,
Where you
the
could-
Game Boy Advance did.
About to say, that must have that would make
no.
the Game Boy
That
up
was
in
so-
flames.
There was a
or something.
two-player
Yeah.
mode. There was a two-player mode. I think so. There was a
Well, it's
two-player mode.
with the link.
You'd have
thing,
to have
right?
a link cable. Yeah.
Wow.
Two game, and you have to have two copies of the game. You
I
have
just
to-
need a link
Like
cable.
mad close to each other
Yeah,
though.
that'd
'cause
be
that
like
cable's like
3 feet.
Like, yeah.
long. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I thought you were gonna ask me if it's better than Double Dragon 3, and yes, it is.
Wow.
Because everything is better than Double Dragon 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Bad News is better than Double Dragon.
Whoa.
I played Bad Dudes last
listen.
week. No, it ain't.
Bad Dude's a great game.
Pretty good.
I was just about
I
to
love
say,
Bad
yeah,
I
I
recently
Dudes.
hit that up too.
I'm about to say, I don't know if Bad Dudes aged too well.
No, it definitely didn't, but it's still better than Double Dragon 3.
Arcade, yes. NES, I would give the NES the nod over Bad Dudes.
Come on, Chin and
I think
Rand's
it's
A slight nod.
That could use a
the
remake,
Bad
by the way.
Dudes on NES is just more nostalgic right now. I
Yeah,
think, for everybody.
that's viciously
It's
bad.
really the arcade game is amazing. So if you
Yeah.
play it like on MAME or something, it's still fun.
Yeah.
But you have to have it in your collection because it's like nostalgic, right? You go,
Yeah.
like, oh, it's
Yeah.
Bad Dudes. I had awesome memories playing this game.
Yeah.
Don't fire it
You
up.
gotta save the president.
one player
Right.
for Nintendo, right? And it goes.
Yeah, he doesn't say I'm bad at the end. He goes. It's like I Carry Warriors or Ikari Warriors 2 when they say, "Come on, let's fight." At the beginning, what the fuck did you say? Don't try to do a voice.
That's charming. though.
When I get
They show up drunk.
You know what? I need to try that. I need to try part 2 in arcade. Because that one for Nintendo was
Ikari Warriors?
trash. Yeah. Ikari Warriors in arcade, I gotta try.
You'll be able to understand what they're saying at the
The
beginning.
other one is so bad. But I don't think I have the controller to do it.
Ah.
Because you gotta turn, you gotta use the flip controller thing.
Oh, chill. And they got those weird legs that look like sausages. I don't know what the
Man, they're very chunky. Sprites are very chunky in the second one.
That's all I've been
Oh,
playing. Though.
That's it.
What you got out?
Yeah, for Tactical Tuesday last night, I played Peggle 2.
I
wanted to play
Bagel.
Yeah, man, that's by far the most relaxing puzzle game I've ever played, man. It's like
Yeah.
something that you can just put on and just play a few stages and just relax. Never do I ever get like upset, you know? Like you're just like because there's a good balance of like chance, but then there's also skill too. So if you play pool, angles and stuff, you can use that to your advantage. I feel
Slow
like
down is important.
I
then
feel like
it's
I get mad in everything I play.
No, this one.
can't get mad.
No, this is impossible. It's impossible to get mad.
Unless you hate unicorns.
Yeah, no, but
I
even,
don't really like
even when you beat a stage, that music, that iconic music that plays, it gives you. It's equivalent to for anybody who hasn't played it. If you've played Puzzle Fighter, you know that blast that happens when you defeat like Overlord. You know that satisfying feeling that you get. This one has a similar but even more like satisfying feeling, like with the music and the
Yeah.
oh, dude.
Very rewarding.
And this
for sure.
It's crazy
Like
because
you hit the jackpot.
for years I've always thought that this was like the perfect mobile game. I'm like, yes, this would be perfect for mobile because you could pick up and play whatever. And then it was this past summer. It was dropped. EA released it for mobile, and it was the worst game ever.
It's
It's
a
the
bad
worst.
game. What was bad about it?
It was bad is that there's too much microtransaction. It was like it was one of
They
those.
added too much.
God.
It was like
Yeah.
you couldn't
Yeah.
get past like you could only go like 5 stages and then like you had to wait 24 hours.
You want to play more, don't you?
unless
you wanna play
unless
more.
you pay them and then you could play more. Like no man, get out of
yes.
here. With
And you
this.
can't buy like the full game.
No,
That sucks.
no, it's only
I
available.
pay like
like
20
that.
bucks for the full game.
Yeah, same here. I would buy the full game.
I'm
Like,
surprised
to
nobody
have it
made a
on mobile.
fake version of that. Though.
Everything else about the
You think?
game is awesome though, like the way it controls with the because I thought with the touch controls, but it works perfectly for it. It worked perfectly for it. So I'm like, oh, this is great. And then you get to like 5 stages, and then they're like, wait till tomorrow. And then there's like a
They don't want
countdown
you to be
timer.
addicted, man. They know it's addictive.
I'm like, dude, if you want to unlock and play whatever, it's $1 or whatever to play. I'm like, no,
They don't want you
man,
to get
I'm
fired
not
from
paying
work.
for this shit.
I want you to get fired.
But anyway,
Garbage.
I started playing, and this is in the midst of I'm working on like restructuring our layout for live streaming because we've been having audio issues and lag issues, and of course I did it, but then I had the issues last night while playing Peggle. The audio was completely out of sync with the game, and I'm hearing it out of sync, but obviously the show has to go on, so I'm playing this thing out of sync. Like it was so out of sync by the end of the gameplay that I was like, yo, man, this I would press the button and it was like 3 seconds you would hear it. It was that off.
Damn.
Thankfully it's a
Oh,
game
man.
that it's not necessary. Like you could still enjoy the game
Hey, you're
without
still
hearing it.
relaxing and just
Yeah,
playing the
it'll-
game.
but I
Just
can
doing it.
imagine like I've thought of other games that I've been playing like what was it Blasphemous when I was playing that. And the audio was completely out of sync also.
Mm.
And it was like almost unplayable.
Because you in hell.
Cause yeah, well, yeah. It was almost
Part of the
unplayable. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? But after that stream, I ended that stream a little bit early because I wanted to figure out what the heck was going on. So I put on, and I didn't stream this, but there's a rhythm game, an indie rhythm game called Clang 2 that I started.
Oh,
playing.
I know that. Yeah,
We saw it in the
we saw it in the
eShop.
shop. Yes, we did.
We saw it in
months
the
ago.
shop. It was on our channel. That game is freaking awesome. The way I could describe how to play it, it plays similar to Guitar Man, if you guys remember that rhythm game. The way you use the analog to point the direction and press the buttons at a certain time.
Use the analog stick?
And yeah, you use the analog stick and you use the I forgot what button, the X button, whatever,
yeah.
to execute. And yeah, it's a tough game. But hopefully I figured it out. But I was testing different audio settings to see like what better way to test audio lag than to play a rhythm game. So I was not using the TV.
Yeah.
I was actually using the computer monitor with the whole setup.
And it worked?
And yeah, and it worked. I was able to play the whole game without any lag. So I think the settings did work.
How much was
What
the
sucks
game?
is, what sucks is we have so many different computers to play it on. You got to do it on all of them.
Exactly. And that's what's taken a long time to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much was the game?
Shoot, I've had it for a while now.
Flat out?
Nah, I think it was like maybe 15.
That's too much. No, I'm fucking around.
$14.99?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Okay,
All right,
$14.99.
yeah, let's
Can I
get that.
break that $15 threshold?
Yo, yeah, let's
No,
go
but
on.
it's actually for an indie game because like the rhythm game department, it's a niche genre.
Hard to
obviously.
do, man.
It's a niche genre.
You got to have
but,
good music.
but the music is
Gotta have good
it's really really good. No, it's different types of music.
No, that's good music.
They had
That's
some
good. Keep
dubstep
going.
and shit.
Yeah,
And
there
some
you
of the
go,
stages were tough. Some of the stages were tough. Like it was just changing timing and stuff in the middle. I'm like, oh, what?
They throw in the country song just to fuck with you. You're like, wait.
It makes you miss Guitar Man. It makes you miss Guitar Man.
Yeah, no, I do miss that too, man. Guitar Man was awesome.
Wow.
But other than that, I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes setup for the channel. So it's, that's the only thing I had time to play. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm only been playing one game. It's the same Dark Deity. I've been playing that. I think I have I'm on chapter 19. I think there's 20. I think first they said 25, then they said 28. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be playing this for a while now. Oh my
You
god,
got
damn.
another week at least.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's good. It's dope. Nice indie game. It's worth the money. Very innovative battles that I encountered recently. It was pretty dope. But yeah, there's not really much more I can say about the game.
Is
Love
there
it. It's a lot of fun.
any is there any Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem that this game is better than?
It's on par with the first one with Marth, the first one.
Oh, it's
But I like probably the Marth one better because the character design and stuff like that.
Mars.
But the actual art of the game is dope. I love the art. The art is very
art
very dope.
direction looks really cool.
Yeah, it's very Fire Emblem like. So yeah, it's a cool game. It's a very very cool game. But yeah, I'm looking to finish that and figure out what I'm gonna play next because you keep talking about this triangle strategy shit.
You're playing that next.
And it's like starting to bother me. But I need like hours of sessions with something like that. I can't do it in like an hour and a half. That's not enough for me. That's like a battle. Like I need.
That's what I
with Dark Deity. I could do that because that's like a chapter.
But
But
it
like
was portable. If only you had it on a Switch.
I don't know. I don't like. I got the little baby screen and they're small as it is. They're small. I don't need this shit. I hate portable, man. You know me. I need the whole screen.
You need VR glasses.
No.
Nah,
70-inch
man.
screen on your face.
By the way, I forgot to mention this last week. Radical Reggie.
Radical Reggie.
See, there's an ongoing thing where Radical Reggie likes to troll me while I'm playing Tetris, and he knows I'm a huge Tetris fan. I'm also a Tetris collector, and he messaged me. He said
Ex-world champion too.
he showed me a picture of this right here, and he's like, "Hey, look what I got!" And I was like, "Oh shoot, I don't have that in my collection. I need to get that."
don't have it.
So he's like, "I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on one condition: if you say it live on the podcast that I trained you and I taught you everything you know." And I'm like, "Nope, there's no way I'm dead." I'm like, "There's no way I'm saying that." So much so that I knew the company that sold this, so I was like, "I'm gonna look them up," and I found it and I ordered it and I just got it.
$500 later.
No, but
So
he
Reggie,
didn't
it
teach
was
you
pretty
everything you know in Tetris?
No,
Reggie, if you're still looking to send the Tetris thing, listen, you told me everything I know.
Oh man, what you don't need that.
No.
I don't even want
No.
I'm saying, figure Tetris player. Get out of here.
But he could
They
have
are,
possibly told me everything I knew. I'm not that great at it.
Damn.
The company that does those pixel frames,
Yes.
they're releasing a Battletoads one.
Yeah. I saw that.
And they have two different ones, and they're amazing, dude. I can't wait to pick those up.
Battletoads.
Yeah, they're like
I miss playing.
they're like
those.
Old
AR
school one or
AR
3D
planes.
one?
The old school one, yeah.
Old school one.
It's the old school one, and one of the pictures is when I know all you guys remember it is when you do the Bigfoot and boot the person off the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the pictures are one of those. So they're really awesome,
Do
man.
they have it so when you do the kick, you fall off the stage and die because you win? Because everyone did that.
Yeah.
Now, that was only you, man. I never
For the-
fell off the stage.
For the
Never.
audio listeners out there, it's
Never.
the company's called Pixel Frames. It's an
Yes.
augmented reality frames that they do for gaming. You
Yep.
hold up your phone, you go to their link or whatever their site, and it does a custom animation of that gameplay.
They're not
Like
paying
an
us.
NFC.
They're not paying us. Don't do it.
No, man, not like an NFT.
Like he's NUTs.
Like these NFTs. I said
Oh.
NFT.
Oh boy,
Something wrong with you, bro.
Like these NUTs. What? Excuse me?
are you dyslexic? I thought you said
No,
NFTs.
he-
No, I'm joking.
he
I'm
said
joking.
it so quick.
I know. I know. I'm just
NFT.
explaining it. I'm
No,
just
it's
explaining it for
NUTs.
everybody.
Nah, he's dyslexic.
They sell a lot of those on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that
but
website.
We've seen them in retro game conventions and in the.
I've seen
Yep.
the smaller ones. I've seen
Yeah,
smaller
they
ones.
have,
I've seen it's pretty big. Yeah.
I've seen the
I
Castlevania.
think
one.
9.9 by 9 and 6 by 6. I think are the two sizes.
Yeah.
I think they are. The 9 by 9 is the best one though. Like that gives you a better picture of the what they're showing.
I like the room you could step in. Those are the huge ones. Now imagine
VR, you mean? What the
a whole
hell?
room. It just changes to the game you want to be in.
Not the sidetrack, but I saw something recently about a VR. This is the only VR thing I'd be interested in. It was like a Ghostbusters game. I said
Oh, really?
I might be able to fuck with that. I was like, that would be pretty
A
fucking
VR
fun.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
VR
yeah,
Ghostbusters.
yeah. It's a game.
Oh,
that
that's
was-
pretty dope.
Some game that was announced or some shit.
That's pretty dope.
That might be pretty cool.
I'm like, wait a second.
I would play like a House of the Dead though, like
Yeah,
in
that's actually
VR.
cool.
If they're gonna bring back shooters,
Yeah.
That would be
I
amazing.
do Ghostbusters
Oh,
like the right way.
Oh, hell
that'd be
yeah.
a lot. That'd be a
Yeah.
lot
That
of
would be
fun.
I'll be Winston so I
That
can
could be
show up
awesome.
like near the end.
You'd be Winston to show up at the end.
Hell yeah! I'll do all the glory. I get a couple of milk.
Damn.
Wow.
And then do a car shield commercial.
I'll be the one in the. I'll be in charge of the rest of the franchise.
Oh man.
I think it's time for the news.
Yeah, I think it's time for the news.
Is it time for the news?
I think
Oh wait,
it
we
is.
gotta wait
It's
for
gonna
Jay to load up
Nah,
his
man.
phone because he's not prepared.
Behold, guys, we have a new layout.
Oh, but,
so
and hit that like button, y'all. While I find this.
Yeah,
news.
where-
Yeah.
Hit that like
While-
button. Hit
while
that
we're waiting.
subscribe button.
while we're waiting,
All right,
forever.
I'll give y'all enough time. I'll give y'all enough time. I already got it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's time, y'all,
Okay.
for the news.
Why do you have
What
to
is that sound?
I don't
dude?
know what you're
does
doing,
that
dude.
sound?
Double Dragon 2's first stage.
That is a lie.
Double Dragon 2's first stage.
That was just straight.
That's a
nonsense.
That's a hidden thing in the behind the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
Every melody I do, it's gonna be
Again, it's going to be the opposite of
That-
what everyone
oh.
else is doing.
You call that a melody?
Yeah.
All right. Call that a melody. That's
He was
crazy.
legit just like.
The complete opposite of what everyone was doing. Everyone
not a
was on one way. You're doing the complete opposite.
Yo, hold on, guys. Let me do the bass real quick. Hold on.
All right. What's the news? What's the topic?
Let's move
What's the
on
topic?
to
What's the topic?
news.
Look at
one.
that layout. It looks so great.
All right.
Wow.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, for people watching, it does look a little different here.
It looks lovely.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it does.
theme is still here, but it's a little different now. you know?
Looks more professional. Like there's money behind this.
Whoa. Whoa. Why'd you turn into a redneck?
Come on, money.
And we have nobody.
Yeah.
And the chat is empty.
Yeah.
Chat, we need y'all. We need y'all more than ever.
Guys, come back, please.
And their eardrums are busted. All right.
All right, let's move on to the news. Y'all. Sony and Nintendo will change subscription policies. Policies? Apologies. Okay, will change subscription policies to avoid accidental renewals.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And thankfully, because Nintendo was known to do this, and I was looking at my account like, all right, let me make sure this isn't on auto renew because
Yeah.
I don't like it when things are on auto renew because Amazon does it to me every year. I'm like,
Netflix.
and I'm like, do I really need Prime this year? Oh, it's already on for the next year.
I
It's
get that.
already on.
Yep.
It's like, how do I get
Yeah.
off this thing? So I did it with Nintendo because I was like, am I still using Nintendo Online? I mean, sometimes.
I was about to say, what are you getting
Right.
it for?
I don't really, but it's not really that expensive. So it's like, do I just keep it for when I need it or what?
$20 for the year.
It's
man.
$20. It's not
It's
that
nothing.
bad.
If you want to get down Smash Bros and get that work,
That
So-
title
Actually, we got to
should say
word, you got to train.
it should say Sony and Nintendo will change subscription policies to avoid lawsuit is what it should say because that's why they're changing it
Yeah.
literally.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
because parents don't know their kids are on there, and then they just keep on charging, keep
Yeah.
on charging, even if you're not using like me.
Mm.
If I have Nintendo, like
Yep.
why am I paying for Nintendo Online when I know how bad online is on Nintendo? Unless I'm playing the NES and the Super Nintendo, and I'm not paying that extra.
It does suck though.
Paying
man.
64, hell no.
It really does suck when you're not expecting like a payment or whatever. Like you have your
I feel like you got robbed.
yeah, like you.
Somebody went in
Like,
your
Yes.
pocket.
I thought I had this in my account. What happened to my?
Nah, son,
like-
run them pockets, son.
It's like the call center we worked 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You got the mystery charge. You got people calling the call center like, man, I got $100-something in charge on my fucking account. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, brother. I don't know.
Well, Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox all used to have it auto renew. Right when you sign up,
Yep.
you don't set that. It's automatically set up for auto renew. And they're like, yeah, they won't mind. They got so much money in the bank, they won't even realize it's gone. That's what they hope that you do. And when you count all that together,
I'll know that shit mad quick.
$20 for Nintendo isn't that bad. But when you count another 70 for this and 80 for that, and you're like, yo, hold on. My insurance was what? Like you think your car insurance got paid. You're like, hold on, no, it's not part of that. This is something different.
I'm like,
It's gonna say Nintendo car insurance. What Nintendo car insurance?
Yeah.
Well,
make no fucking sense.
Got to
So
insure your
when-
Mario Kart.
When Amazon will pop up with $120 on my account, I'm like, damn, man, I want to buy
Yeah.
nothing for $120 right now. What is this? And then you realize, okay, it's for the Prime movies or whatever. It's like I've got to watch The Boys. Pause.
Pause.
But that's the only reason I'm using Prime for.
Yeah.
It's the title. You have to say pause after.
No, you
don't.
You do.
it's in the title.
Damn TV show.
It's in the
You
title.
can't just be like, yes, I'm some. I watched The Boys.
I ain't watching The Boys.
Pause. Come on, man.
Especially if you're in a precinct or some shit. You're
Yeah.
by a school. Like, I watch-
Someone walks by your conversation. Yeah, I was there the other day watching The Boys. Pause.
and then you're like 100 feet from a school.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Let me say the TV show called The Boys.
TV show
Not
The Boys.
Boys.
There you go.
Exactly. You know?
And I was reading that comic. It's not the same.
And then
man.
you still say
Don't
pause.
do it. Yeah, you still.
Oh
But
my
like I said
God.
though, like you said, KAG, this is so they don't get sued because they
Yes.
people getting mystery charges and people
Yeah.
don't like that. So from now on, they said, all right, it's not going to auto like for people who aren't using their account. They see that they're not logging in or anything like that. Like something could have happened to these people. You don't know. Like
Yeah.
they might not be able to unsubscribe, and they're just getting charged over and over and over, and they're dead or whatever, right? So
For sure.
they have to see who's actually using the accounts, and if you're not using the account, they said they will send you an email that says, "Would you like to keep this going?"
There you go.
Yeah.
Or you have to check this off. You have to get to the terms of service and check here, and then we'll start charging you again.
Right.
If not, they're not going to charge you again because you're not using it.
Makes
So
sense.
that's an easier way. But like I said, there's no off button. You got to go and sign in, look and find it, and see if you're automatically signed back in and all
It'll
that.
make it easy.
It's
Right.
never easy. Especially like sometimes you got to go online and like sign into your account, go into there, and it's not anywhere.
No,
Right.
you have to.
And then you got to go into whatever's paying
Yep.
that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to tell your credit card to stop paying that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They really
Process.
they really make it hard to find those.
Yeah.
Especially if it's
Oh,
like $2 or something. You're like, I don't know what
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah.
And they charge you
Yeah.
every month. And they're like, what the
Mm.
hell is this thing?
But we got that $2 special.
I really don't
Hey.
mind the auto renew, but it should be a switch that you put on. It shouldn't be
Right.
something that's automatic.
Well, I remember.
Yo, Sasquatch in time said, "Wish my ex-wife's alimony would have disabled the auto." God
No escape.
damn.
There's no escape for
Oh
that.
man.
I mean, this is gaming companies, but I've had this situation happen with other stuff like a dating app. I remember I did the 1 month whatever premium service for a dating app,
You know that's a trap, man.
and yo,
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 first of all, it's a straight ripple.
No,
that's number one. Number two, to try to find that, like to cancel that shit, it was like impossible. Like I had to figure out, you couldn't do it from your phone. I found out I had to Google how to turn off the auto renew, and
Yeah.
it was like you had to be on the desktop computer, and that was the only way that feature was available, not on your phone.
That's
I'm like,
ridiculous.
damn,
It's like, man,
you got to go through hoops just to cancel
I
this
hate
shit.
that.
That's foul, man. It's like you're getting charged for that, and they
Right.
like purposely send you like tons of gargoyles and like fake.
Oh, man, say
So it's like,
gargoyles.
so it's like, can I turn that off?
Yeah,
Can I turn this off?
No,
Because
no.
if I'm paying for this shit, at
Yeah.
least have someone that actually looks human.
Yeah.
Damn.
Disney Plus is like that right now. It's so hard to cancel Disney Plus. Is ridiculous. They really bury it down into, there's like on the page, there's no like cancellation. They just say, oh, your subscription is $9.99. Would you like to continue?
Right.
And there's nothing that says, no, I want to cancel. They just keep sending you an email. Do you want to continue with your subscription? I'm like, no. You have to actually go to the website and not the app.
There you go.
Why can't I cancel from the app? Like you're asking me for money, just let me cancel.
HBO Max was like that
they
for a
get their
little bit
money,
too.
man. They taking it. They taking it.
HBO Max was like that too for a while.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Until
Well, they changed it. They
Until they get a
did-
lawsuit.
Until someone
They,
sues
they
them.
recently changed it, but I remember I was
Yeah.
like, I tried it was like 6 months. They had a sale last year. 6 months, whatever, we'll charge it. And then I started getting charged after 6 months. I'm like,
You know what I would do?
yeah, what happened? It renewed?
Sometimes I would change the card on the account to fake numbers, and then they were like, "Oh, you got a problem charging your card." That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
That's
exactly.
right.
Yeah,
You had a
exactly.
problem
Yeah.
charging my card
I've
because
done
it
that
ain't
before.
real.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually a cool thing.
I did that by accident because remember when I was getting hacked all the time?
Yeah.
I had like my card on like multiple like things, and I'm like, oh, they tried to charge me again, those motherfuckers. No, I'm not changing it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it. Screw you.
You know what happened to me though? It was something
That's,
that they charged me, and it said I couldn't do it, and then they went to an alternate source somehow and charged me on that. I was like, bullshit.
That is
Bullshit.
illegal shit that they
went
did.
and charged on another account.
Damn.
That's a hacker.
Yeah.
They hired a private eye, man.
They hired a hacker. Come in here, find this motherfucker's real card.
I was like, I put a fake card, and y'all found a real card.
Fucking grimy.
It's like, you got a backup card,
Yeah.
right?
They called your bank. They were like, he really wants this service. Can you guys?
Dude, that's messed up.
I'm sure he
With-
wants it. Find his car.
With auto renew, I use a Cash App for all my auto renew.
It'll tell you. Right?
So my Cash App card. So when they try to go in, it'll tell me like, hey, they're trying to take something from there.
Right.
And if I want it, then I'll put money on the Cash App card to pay for it. If I don't want it, I just ignore it. Like it ain't nothing there. It's not tied to anything.
Yeah, it's a third
that's the
party.
smart
So-
thing.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
Keep trying because they prey on you because
Right.
most auto renews are under the threshold that your bank is usually just going to pay for it.
Yep.
You know, even if you didn't have anything in there, your bank's, oh, it's $15, pay for it.
Right.
And then, you know, they're going to brutalize you with like an overdraft if that happened,
Right.
but they're just going to pay for it. And they know that. They know they're going to get their money. And who's going to fight $15? Most people are just going to eat it as a loss and be like, well, this is a lesson learned.
Right.
But if you do that for 1 million people, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
at $15, like they're
15
eating
million.
good. They're
Yeah.
eating good, man.
Yeah.
Like, and they know people just will be like, all right, well, I'll cancel it, and you got me this time, but I'm not gonna.
Right.
You're not gonna get me next time, you know. And that's shady, man. That's shady business all the way around.
And then
Yeah.
your overdraft fee is $40, not 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I'm paying for nothing
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Sasquatch
Exactly.
said that he used to work for a credit card company, and yeah, they will use a previous authorization to keep your services going and to keep charging you on your credit card. So
Yep.
that's what happened.
Yep.
I want to sue them. I want my money.
Yo, sue that.
They want your money.
Listen,
No, they got his money.
Auto
Run that
pay for anything is the worst. You got to control your money.
My
For the
phone,
company I
yeah.
work for now, we do a lot of auto pay, and then like when the person's rate changes after their 2-year contract, it doubles. Like they're paying like 70 for 2 years.
Nah.
Then at the end of their 2 years, it doubles like 150, and they're on auto pay, and they get them, and then we have to explain why they got. Like, hey, your 2-year contract ended, so that's what it is now. And they're like, that's what it is now. Yeah, sorry, that's what it is. Do you want to change it or drop to a lower package? So I tell people, don't do auto pay, man. Control your money.
Yeah.
It may be easy, but control your money.
at least some
You know-
people like let you, like if it's a 2-day threshold or something like that, and you decline
Yeah.
the payment,
Right.
then they'll be like, okay, we'll take the payment off. But some people be like, nah,
Yeah.
you already paid, you're good for the year. I'm like, no, I don't want it. It's an hour ago. I don't want
And you're
it.
good.
Thanks for
Yeah.
that. You gotta wait till the day before next year. Let us know. I'm like, no.
Now you good. How you
That's
gonna
why-
tell me I'm good?
That's why on Google Calendar it says 2 days before. It says, "Do you want this service? Remind me
Yeah.
if I want this service." Because if you
Oh, yeah.
forget and wait till the day before, it's like, nah, in my time zone, it was already the next day. I charged you.
Oh,
no.
that's
Yeah.
2 days
right, man.
before. You're
Yeah.
not getting me.
I got a reminder in my calendar to cancel my Paramount Plus.
Exactly. See?
See, I never got
Especially
that.
after the 4th episode of Halo.
The disrespect is so real.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Well,
the
they have cool apps now though, on your phone that will keep a track of all of your auto payments and auto renews that'll help you cancel most of that stuff, which I use one that's called Albert, which I think is really dope. It lets me know like, hey, this is auto pay. That's what's hitting you every single month. Do you want to keep it or cancel it? And if you say you want to cancel it, they will cancel it. They'll reach out and cancel it for you.
Nice.
You don't even have to call anybody. They reach out to that provider and send them the right stuff to cancel for you, and then it's gone. And if they do like get it from you again, automatic somehow, Albert covers it because now it's on them. So you just got to protect yourself with your funds, man.
Are you on auto renew with that company?
I've heard of that
Yeah,
company actually. I
that's
heard-
funny. Yes, it is. It's $10 a month, and they do automatically change it. Take it. But,
I was gonna say,
but you know
everybody-
what?
But no,
It's better-
no.
Does Albert take any
it's
money for
better
that?
$10. It's better to pay the $10 than to get hit with like
Yeah.
$50 worth of
Exactly.
auto renews
Exactly.
because of Netflix and Amazon or whoever. You know what I'm
They-
saying? So
I-
it's like crazy.
I actually look into that actually because I heard an advertisement for that
Yeah.
Couple of 'em,
company and I remember I was like, let me look into it. So I went into the thing, and it's cool because you tell them all the services.
Sounds
that
like a scam.
no, it tells
It's good.
you how much you're paying. Like you don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could ask anybody how much are you paying in all the services that the monthly services. Nobody can give you
$5.
nobody can give you a legit answer, but you find out
Yeah.
stuff that you don't even remember. Like, oh shoot, I forgot him. And then you're like, oh shit, I've been paying this for years. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I,
what's
use,
cool
I
about
use Android.
But hey,
Lord Shabbat
Yeah.
says, "What's up, guys?"
Lord, wow. Lord,
What's up, man?
yeah, man.
And her says there's probably thousands of dead people subscribed to Netflix, watching more shows than me.
Yo, well, I
Oh,
heard Netflix. What is it? They
Lost
had a
200.
They should have said, "Are you
Yeah,
still
yeah,
are you
yeah.
still alive watching our
from
channel?"
the price increase, man.
From the price increase
Yeah.
and from people sharing the passwords.
Yeah.
But
So
they
they
got
said-
cracked down
Well,
on that, so-
that's always been a
Well, they
thing.
said they were going to try and crack down, and then haven't. So
Yeah.
they gave you like
Try.
2 years.
I think
Now when they
it's-
finally
Yeah.
do it, people are gonna be angry as hell. Though.
All right, well,
Oh yeah.
well, just think about any company that would purge their users, right? For users that are not active or whatever, how many they would use. Like, just imagine YouTube. If they purge non-active users, they would probably lose like 40 million people. You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
And in one day, like
They're trying not to do
just
that.
like that.
Have you
No,
signed
they
in? Are
don't
you still signed
because
in?
what was that?
these companies, they get people invest in them based off their user count. So if you say I have 50 million users, a company is going to want to invest with you or give you money because of the amount of people you have that you can affect. You know what I'm saying? So even they don't know if they're real or not. They just know that this is your user account, you know? So that active users, when they can actually see active users, that's a real telltale of like how successful you are, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, man. They did that on TikTok. A lot of artists was like, you got no love now. 20 million people went down to 10,000.
Yeah.
You're not relevant.
Damn.
Oh, well.
Crazy. It's crazy.
All right.
So, you know, you guys in the comments, hit auto renew on the channel.
Or renew those subscriptions. You know, keep that coming.
Auto renew on my OnlyFans.
No.
Keep out Chalk's OnlyFans all day.
This guy.
Only thing you need to subscribe to.
And Turbo's great.
Level 857.
Damn, yo, disrespect.
What?
All right, on to the next one. Sega developing new big budget Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi games.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it, Sega.
Yes.
Big budget.
So, KAG, you're a Sega fan, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Am I ever? I have every Sega console really known to man at this point, man. And I really hope that they don't mess this up. Like Crazy Taxi for me for sure, because that was one of the best games on Dreamcast ever. Jet Set Radio was great too, but Crazy Taxi, man, don't mess this up, man. Please.
Do you have
Like,
the
just whatever you do. I do.
Yeah.
It's we can't see it, but it's over on the other side over there. And I love Sega consoles, man. They hit me where, you know, at a time back in like the late 80s and 90s when I was a kid, man, everything they brought out, I had to have the Nomad, the Game Gear, Sega CD, you know, all that stuff, man. Toys R Us kid, man.
Oh, yeah. Rest in
man.
peace.
Yes. Well, they're coming back actually.
Yeah, there's one in
They're,
Jersey actually.
They're opening up in Macy's. I think this holiday they're going to be a little like shop inside of Macy's to start out with.
Wow.
Is Jeffrey back?
Well, I watched YouTube
hope so.
videos on the one in Jersey. The only one that's open is I watched a YouTube video, like a walkthrough, like the guy, you know, the debut. He was there like the first day they opened and walked through the store and saw the
Toys.
No, they had toys. They had toys.
There's no toys.
Do the walkthrough of the space.
There was some Marvel characters.
It was just a warehouse. No,
Spawn.
it was fuck. It was cool
Star
to see,
Wars.
but it was also kind of sad too because it was like it's like a shell.
Yeah.
Of what it used to be. Man.
But there's no
It's not-
kids there.
They really didn't have to. They really didn't have to disappear.
Yeah.
I just think they did it the wrong way. Because if I was a CEO of Toys R Us, right, what I would have did if we were, you know, losing money, I'd have went to Walmart or Target and said, "Hey, I want to partner with you, and we run your toy section."
Yep.
So now it's Toys R Us in Target or Toys R Us in Walmart
Right.
to keep the name alive and still generate that revenue. And Walmart or Target would have been, well, probably Walmart. They'd have been like, "Sure, you're gonna come in and handle all the toys.
Yep.
Let's do it." You know.
And then they could have one big toy like warehouse.
I mean,
Toys
Target.
R Us shop, and everybody orders online from there.
I mean,
like
Target-
Amazon.
There you go.
Target already does it with Starbucks, so why not?
Yes.
They got
Yep.
way more sales than Starbucks.
And Pizza
what I'm
Hut. You
saying,
know,
like-
they have Pizza Hut up front of Target too.
Right.
Damn, I'm hungry.
Offer pizza with the toys, you would have had it there.
Yes.
I'm hungry too. Man, now that you mentioned it.
I'm sorry.
Well, remember when we had the news on the AAA, like the big super game that Sega was working on, and they wouldn't tell you what game it was?
Oh God.
Remember?
Yeah.
I try not to get excited.
I forgot.
about
I forgot about it because Sega makes so
'Cause they
many
don't do any
promises and they break my heart. They break
same,
my
man.
heart too many times.
I try not to get excited about Sega.
Apparently, it wasn't just the super game, because you were like, what if it was like a online like Shenmue type game where you're in the world and like all this crazy shit? It was like, what if a big VR Shenmue where you live in the world or whatever? Like, because they were talking like it's some crazy thing that nothing is ever going to beat, and they were on the cusp of something. But it was apparently multiple AAA games that they were working on. And this was the titles. Like Jet Set. I mean, considering how Jet Set, I played it recently, and it didn't age too well. The music, obviously, yes. The nostalgia is there for the music, but the way you play that game, the camera is fighting you so hard in that game that we just left it
That was
Because-
that's
Dreamcast.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
Dreamcast.
era of one
Oh,
analog.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for
one
sure.
analog.
Oh, yeah,
era.
One
yeah.
analog era.
But the
Control.
camera really made that game really bad for me.
Was that,
And I was angry.
yeah.
It was Dreamcast.
No, what was the game that you played on PlayStation? Was it Soul Reaver or whatever?
So Reaver the cameras
Cameras
acting
and
up on me?
Sonic
Yeah,
Adventure
yeah.
on Dreamcast.
Sonic Adventure
That
was the last
whole
two.
One
time,
analog.
the camera is just a disaster.
It's
and
the one
everyone's-
analog era.
Yeah.
Camera angle.
So if they can
But-
smoothen the controls, I mean, the game. Listen, there was what's the title? I know none of us know the name of it. But there's a title that they came out with or are coming out with recently, that is like, it's kind of like a sequel to Jet Grind Radio.
Oh, that
It looks
indie-
like it.
yeah, I heard
But
of
they're
it.
like
I know what you're
skating
talking
and
about.
hoverboards in it and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it looks just like it. And
Yeah.
there's actually some spray paint in it too.
Mhm.
I don't remember the name of it though.
I don't
Somebody in
remember
the chat, let me know what that game is if you guys. know.
Radio Set Grind.
Man,
I'm just making shit up. Just making shit up.
Radio set
and
grind.
and they have to not do the same mistakes they did in Jet Set Radio Future or Jet Grind Radio
Yeah.
Future, because they made those games too big
Mhm.
to be as fun as the original.
Yeah.
And obviously the graphics are better. The music is iffy, as it you might say it's better depending on when you play this. But you said the Cyber Bomb Funk Rush or something. Cyber Funk.
Cyberpunk something.
Something
You know what I'm
in,
talking about,
something in
though.
that Harish makes sense. It sounds familiar, but I just
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
get the name.
See, so y'all know
Now,
what I'm
could
talking
you-
about.
Okay.
Could you imagine though, Crazy Taxi
Crazy
as
Taxi's another thing.
a online multiplayer game where you're competing with people online, multiple cars in that world to pick up your fares. You can kind of like crash into them to knock their person out of the car when they're trying to get to it. Like, think how awesome that would be if they're doing something like that. That game would blow up, man,
It
for
sounds
sure.
like a good idea.
The fact that
Imagine
they're
teams
doing
of
that.
cars.
Yeah, that'd be dope. The fact that they're doing
Yeah.
that, and they also rumored they're working on another old Sega first-person shooter and another game to bring out also. So this is there's a name for it that they're calling it. They're like this the Sega Super Games or some shit like
Yeah.
that, where they're trying to reboot.
They're trying to do
Super
and
Game
remake
Initiative or
them.
something.
Yeah, there we go. Something like it's like the Avengers Initiative, but it's like it's the Sega's Super Game Initiative, which is fucking dope. Bring out
Golden Axe of War.
yo for real, like
Golden Axle.
Yeah.
get these titles out and make them the right way, man, and then bring Shining Force 3 remake.
Burning
If they do Golden Axe like they did Street Fighter, everybody's in on it, right?
Right.
Just make a Golden Axe like they did Street Fighter 4, and it will sell
But they
a
made
crap ton of it.
They made a
Yeah.
Golden Axe fighting
A Golden
game,
Axe
which
fighting?
really was bad.
No,
Street
Horrible.
Fighter 4 Streets of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage
Oh
4.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
That's like
Sorry about
Street
that.
Fighter.
Dude, you know what's crazy is he said the wrong thing, but I
We
was
knew
thinking the right
exactly
thing.
what he was talking
Yeah.
about.
But I'm thinking the
We
right
knew
thing.
exactly what he was talking
I
about.
didn't even catch it.
Oh yeah.
No, I was thinking of that bad fight game.
No, for the what was it for the Saturn, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, the
Which one,
Duelists. I think Golden Axe Duels
Golden
or
Axe Duel,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Next
Yes.
duel.
It actually didn't look bad, but I heard that game was trash.
Dude, I did a old school comic book based off of that.
And that reminded me of the Final Fight fighting game. It was real bad.
That was a Final Fight fighting game.
Oh,
Dude, yes.
was- yeah,
I
real
actually
bad.
played that.
Oh, God.
It's on Sega Saturn. I was playing it like 2 days ago. It's funny you bring that up. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
There's no way around
It's like, yo,
nothing
Todd,
good to
let's
say
make this
about it.
fighting game real quick.
Yeah. No programming experience. at
How
all.
could a
None of you.
Final Fight tournament game suck when it's from Capcom?
Because they didn't know what they were doing. It was 3D.
Street Fighters when they figured it out.
It was 3D. It was
And they
like,
got like 5 characters, dude. Like, who else is in that game besides the cast?
Harris says that other game was Bomb Rush Cyber.
Yeah, there you go.
Bomb Rush Cyber.
Cyberbomb Funk.
I would
Rush.
like to know if that was good though. I don't know. I don't remember any reviews. I don't know if it's out yet. But
I just hope
I
this
want to know
shit
if it's any
continues.
good, because then there's some people waiting for Jet Set. Like, people have that name in their head as
Oh, they love
something
it.
good.
No, yeah, they love Jet
Mm.
Set.
But how many of y'all got the dog though? It's hard to get that character in that game.
the dough.
But I mean, Crazy Taxi with an online feature like that, if I could be like a customer waiting for the taxi in real
that's
life.
terrible, dude. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
no, that would be terrible.
That'd be fucking. I want to be no
But the way-
customer
the way-
waiting.
Now it would be cool. Like you could start your own like taxi company on like level 857 taxi company on that game.
I-
If you had a squad of people picking up people trying to
Yeah.
do better than another squad.
No, I
know
don't know. I'd be
how-
hitting the customer.
Yeah, exactly.
The rage I would have is like I'm driving my taxi
Like, take some,
and then somebody online just hits me and knocks my person out to go get somebody else right when I'm about to drop them off.
Mm.
The competition that you could have in that game,
Mm.
you know, get as many fares as you can within this time limit, and it's online like 10 people. And you just see taxis like flying all over the place and stuff. That would just be amazing, man. Just be amazing, straight up.
What if
Yeah,
they
they'd have to change it up.
What if they change it up to rideshare like Uber or Lyft?
I'm gonna be advertising in there.
Crazy Uber.
Yo, you gotta get your
Advertising?
app.
No, you could pick up multiple.
They're already doing that.
passengers
Are they?
in that game, right?
Oh, shit.
Well, they're
maybe
talking about advertising in games. So, like Sony and
there you go.
Xbox are going to be advertising in games.
That's true.
They're in there already.
Yeah.
And people don't realize
some. Yep.
it. But yeah, Uber and
Crazy
Lyft.
Uber.
And make sure, and they gotta have a crazy soundtrack.
Well, if they don't have they don't have that song. The yeah. They gotta have that.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because that's what made the game
Yeah,
back
wow.
then. As
That's
annoying as that
amazing.
song was. In an arcade, that's all you heard
By the way,
constantly
this-
every
that was pretty
10
good.
seconds.
Who was that?
That wasn't no Oasis.
Was
Nah,
it?
some punk.
No, man.
No, that was jeez, I can't remember the name.
What?
Some rock band.
Whatever
rock
punk band
Yeah.
from the 90s.
That's Sublime, right?
I forget.
Nah,
No.
nah,
That's
Not
a-
so long.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Damn it! I forgot what they were. They're old as hell when they came out with that
I
song.
don't
They were
remember.
around.
Oh,
like
they
the
were old
70s.
at the time?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
Disrespectful.
They were. They were from like the 70s and 60s.
Damn.
No, they weren't that old, man. Were they?
People's parents was like, "Yo, they're still making music." And I
Damn.
was like, wow.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, they were old.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Jet Grind Radio though. I wonder.
Well, listen. After Grand Theft had the taxi mode, I was like, "Damn, they just killed Crazy Taxi because it's already in here as extra."
Just make a game based
Yeah,
off
but
it.
it's
There you
a-
go.
Gotta
It
do
played
something
different, it played
different, yeah.
Offspring.
Offspring.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. There you
You know
go.
what's so funny?
That's
I was
always-
thinking of them,
Mm.
but I said the wrong name. I was thinking of the guy with the hair, right?
Dude, I was about to say Smash Mouth. I was like, "Nah, that's wrong."
No, man, they had one song,
Been
man.
kind of close.
No, Smash Mouth is
All Star. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
All Star.
they have that one song
This is All Star.
for like
Hey,
the
now.
past 50 years.
Damn.
Yeah, it's Shrek. It's the Shrek song.
They made that one song and they
Yeah,
retired.
and they're
That's
good.
All, that's all I
Paid.
need.
They're
good.
paid, man.
Oh no,
They're
they pay more than like people who have historic careers.
Yeah, I know.
They're paid way more.
They're good. They're all stars.
They're chilling.
Hey now,
Hey now.
hey now.
Oh,
So
stop.
for all you Sega fans, this make you excited because this is what we want to hear. I mean, obviously these are Dreamcast titles, but we've been waiting for a long time for any title to be
Saturn.
announced.
Saturn.
As long as
Actually, yes, they are Saturn.
Tons of Saturn.
There's Saturn stuff they need to get to, but these are like
Shit.
these are after Genesis. Like we've been waiting so long to see if Sega would ever hit anything after Genesis because there's so many titles that people say you should do, but they're just not talking about.
They're just like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, so this is something at least that's moving them forward. So let's see if they can dig into there and give anything else that we would like from Sega.
Yeah.
as long as we have to run from the cops, that's good.
What? Wait,
Sega,
Jet Grind.
Moving on.
Sega could have did like one huge thing, I think, because everybody knows the Xbox is not. No one cares about it in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like non-existent.
Mhm.
They could have partnered. I think they really could have partnered with Microsoft with the Xbox Series S and made that a rebranded like Dreamcast 2 system, all digital, with nothing but Dreamcast and Sega Saturn downloadable games that plays on that system. Would have been awesome. They could have did it and would have sold like hotcakes, man.
It
But,
probably
they're
wouldn't
not
have
thinking about it.
Xbox
because
Series Sega.
well, Xbox was a Sega. When Dreamcast died, Xbox was a Sega,
Right.
and it
Yeah, they took it
didn't
over
do
for
good.
sure.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
do anything in Japan, even though it was generally the Dreamcast 2 back then.
Right.
So I don't know.
Essentially, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if it would have done it, but I mean, it would have been probably better than what it is right now, at least.
for sure.
So let us know in the comments what you think about these Sega titles being announced.
Hell yeah.
Next up, more Sega, and that makes us happy, y'all.
Anytime there's anything Sega, we like to talk about
Yes.
Sega.
So, Streets of Rage film happening, script by John Wick creator. This came out of left field because I didn't
Yeah.
really think of Streets of Rage as a movie ever. But I mean, if you think about it, that storyline could be a basic.
Is that
basic.
God? Is that God?
That's not us. Yeah. Somebody's humming.
Vacuum?
I don't know. It sounds like a freaking boat.
Is that?
Yo, I heard boom. Boom. Like, God.
KAG, is that on your end, bro? Is this-
No,
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that
All
was.
of us said, what the fuck is going on?
That was my
It
stomach.
sounded like feedback of some kind.
my
I don't know where it's coming from. All right.
I was like, well, Streets of Rage is gonna be the best movie of all time. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, all right.
But back when they did gang related movies in the 80s, I could see it being something like that because obviously that's when the game was made,
Right.
and that's how that's how they had it built on gangs and stuff like that. So I can only see movies based on gangs from early times like that. Because name a new one. I mean, listen,
Well, I'm talking
John
about.
Wick.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
as
of
far
an
as action movie wise, yeah, if they go that route, but it's all about revenge. I mean, they could do a movie based on revenge.
I would prefer it as like an animated movie
That would make more
Yeah.
sense.
because I think the
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
would be the moves would look a lot better that way because you want to see your grand upper, you want to see all that stuff. I don't want to see that in live action.
You could do so well.
well,
though.
I don't
It
wanna
has to be-
see that.
It has to be kind of cheesy though.
Double Dragon,
I
the movie,
think-
horrible movie. But
I think that this movie should have been done back when like Jean-Claude Van Damme and all
Yeah,
those
for
guys were in
real.
their prime.
Yeah.
Now I don't think a live action movie would do well. We needed those type of characters or those type of actors for this
You can
movie
still
to
get
do
it.
well, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
the
You can still
problem
get
with
John
Van Damme do it.
well, the problem.
He's got to be Axel. He's not
Axel's
going to
old now.
No,
Axel's old now.
no. I think
It's a
not?
Streets of
Please.
Rage film, not
But
Streets of
remember-
Rage 4 film.
Listen though, if you look online, if you look
old.
if you look at the artwork, listen, if you look at the artwork for I think the second game cover or maybe the third,
Yeah.
it's a direct ripoff of Jean-Claude Van Damme's
When
face.
he was young.
No, I know, but they ripped him off for his character.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the arts, and that one, who's that guy look like? He looks like a movie star too. I forget who he is though, and the picture that we have of.
Kurt Russell.
Dude,
Nah, you
dude,
get-
dude,
you get
Kurt
the-
Russell?
You can get the dude that played Arrow to be Axel.
no.
No.
Nah, I want old Axel, on the new one.
Yeah, no.
It says Streets of Rage, man.
It's
not
this,
part 4.
No, look, this is the tough thing when you're
I tried.
working on a movie, especially a video game movie. I was going to say comic movie,
Mhm.
but video game movie.
Mhm.
The thing that sells it is stars, movie stars. So
Yeah.
you have to think of somebody famous that's going to fill the seats.
It's Red
'Cause you-
J.
You gotta get it to appeal to everybody.
You got to add
So you can't-
Radical Reggie, who's in
So-
the chat.
Yeah, right. So
Who
no,
is Alex,
these
Adam, I forget what's
the
his name.
studios aren't going to take a chance with a no-name actor or somebody on the small screen.
I think he
Of
needs to be unknown though for this.
But they're not going to. But the studio's
there's
not going to.
no-
They're not going to take a chance.
Unless you get The Rock, there's no action guys.
But I'm
who really
saying
step
that's
into it.
that's what
Keanu
that's where I'm getting
Reeves.
at. I'm getting at is that it's very limited.
Mr. X. Keanu Reeves.
57 years old.
Mr.
Something.
X.
Again, what I was trying to say. My
Well,
point
you
is
do
that
need somebody. Yes, you do.
it's very limited as far as like who you can get that's like a household name that you
Breakout.
can use.
Breakout,
Yeah.
black belt, dude. Whoever.
I'll tell you right now,
It's tough.
I would not.
That's why
by
I
the
would think-
casting, I would not be excited about anybody.
Exactly. 'cause
Not
I-
one person.
And what you said
Yeah.
before made sense. To have it as an animated,
Animated, I'd be excited. I'd be like, that'd be pretty dope.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
If it's a live
Yeah.
action, I'm a little nervous. I don't know, man.
Not
This
in the,
video
not
game
in
movie-
this day and age for
No.
sure.
No, the
that,
video-
that screams
You'd have to-
cheesy B movie
Right.
all over it.
Well, you'd have to get some kung fu guy, but I don't know any American guys who
All
are in
right.
the kung fu space.
how many? All right, the last Mortal Kombat movie.
Norris.
The last Mortal Kombat movie,
It was
right?
good. Yeah,
It was decent. It wasn't great.
No.
It was decent.
Casting wise, it was fine, except
Right.
for that dude who wasn't supposed
No.
to be in the movie. But
Right.
that would be the guy who would play Axel.
Right. Now let me ask you this:
Like that would
how
probably
many times did it take for them to get there?
1, 2.
Three movies to get to that point.
I would say casting. Well, casting was bad in the first
So
one,
there
too,
you
but it was
go.
still a
No,
good movie.
that's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's the issue.
well,
So
I mean,
if,
listen,
if it was an
and-
animated,
and-
it's like all right.
you can take this
And
movie
Mortal
seriously.
Kombat, the problem with the Mortal Kombat movie for me was they force fed you Cole Young. He should have never
Oh,
what
yeah.
was this guy's story?
Exactly.
Yeah. They made him up.
They were building a character into a movie
Mhm.
because they casted him, right?
Which is dumb.
And he didn't fit.
Right.
Like, dude,
right.
like you don't need to be in the movie. So
He had armor.
that
They
was
made-
my problem with
They
that.
made it up. They
He had
kinda-
armor.
They created him to like. They created him to shoehorn everyone else.
I
in
said,
to-
who is
to,
this
like-
guy? Why the fuck is he here?
Yeah.
Right. Can
That's
we get
why
rid
if
of
that
this
guy was Axel, I'll be fine with that because I don't care who this guy is.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
I'm not fine with
I wouldn't
it
care
being
either.
a live action movie. I just don't.
Same,
You can't
dude.
sell me on it.
Same.
I love
If
Streets of
it's-
Rage.
yeah.
If it's cheesy, I would like it.
Yeah.
Because it can't be. I can't
Honestly,
take that seriously.
I do like bad movies.
I
but-
can't take it seriously.
I
Not a
like
bad movie, but I mean,
No, no,
like,
like cheesy
there
movie.
has to be some type of cheese to it because I can't take that movie like a credible movie.
Well, think about it. There's two kinds of bad movies. There's
Yeah.
ones that are actually funny that you're like, oh, this is hysterical,
That's
and there's
that
ones
charm.
that get you fucking mad.
no, yeah, it has that charm.
Yeah.
It has that charm,
Yeah.
and
The
it has
one-
to follow the basic
And there's
structure.
if it takes a franchise that you love and they ruin it and take a diarrhea shit all over it, then
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think the writer and producer of Kung Fury would probably do a good job.
yeah, something like that.
But it's not.
No, it's not. It's
So,
not. Listen,
that's
it's
somebody
John Wick.
that I
John,
think
people
would-
like John Wick though. People do like John Wick because it's simple. But they
Yeah.
keep it a basic premise that you can follow.
John Wick isn't Streets of Rage.
I know.
Nothing
Well,
about John Wick is Streets of
John
Rage.
Wick is
Murder,
seafood.
murder, kill, kill,
is.
murder,
John Wick
kill,
is
kill.
seafood.
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Wick is seafood. Tell me it's a seafood
And
movie.
that works. No, that's a definite seafood
That's
movie.
fine.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage is not is not John Wick. It's
Yeah, and it
No,
also has.
But the fight scenes are good though, and the acting is okay. Would that
Yeah,
be
it's
possible?
gonna take a lot to sell me.
Yeah.
yeah,
Now the fight scenes would have to be amazing.
They would have to be.
They'd
Well,
have to be
what about the people who did the raid? That would
What-
be dope if they
what
were
did
in
Harris-
charge.
That would be fire.
If they were in charge of the fight
That
scenes.
would be fire.
What is Harris say?
Harris was saying
I
people
just-
today are too cynical to do a proper old school action movie.
Yeah.
Everyone is cynical and expects dumb Marvel self-referential memes. He's already seen the
Yeah.
movie before it's been made.
Yeah.
It would have to be on Netflix, basically.
Yeah.
It's straight to DVD movie, I would think, because
Yeah.
it's so hard to do a Streets of Rage type movie right now because like the whole premise of Streets of Rage, they're not doing any of that like in movies right now, right?
Mhm.
So like, how are you gonna make it good where you got this guy just going out trying to take down some syndicate with his fist?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Rumble in the Bronx. Too.
that's you can't. It's not a. What was they just did a movie like that? I can't even remember what it is. It comes to me later, but I just don't think it's gonna be good. I agree with you guys 1,000%. Anime, and have the people that do DC anime movies do it because they make great anime
I
movies.
think that would be
Mm.
fire.
Hell yeah.
That would be
And
straight
then-
fire.
They do great movies.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be the best way to do it, but hey,
It's gonna
it's gonna be live.
It's gonna be
Or-
live action.
Or even make it an animated series like on Netflix or something.
That's
like
fine,
that. Like
too.
that,
Yes,
that's another
That's
thing.
that would be
fine.
great.
That works.
I'll be excited for that. Hell
Yeah, no, that seems to be the formula that works best.
Just don't
for-
put the
for
old
games.
cybernetic man in it live action. Please don't.
Oh, see, this
No.
is how you know it's not going to be bad, and you know he'll be in it.
What you mean?
He's going to be in it.
Why y'all hating on Dr. Zan?
Dan will be in
He's
it.
Get
horrible.
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd is in it.
Lloyd.
Then I would watch it.
Oh,
I would
man.
watch it because I want to see how much of a fucking dumpster fire that shit is.
By the
You
way,
wouldn't be
Oh,
fighting.
by the way,
man.
Christopher Lloyd was in an action movie recently. It's a movie called Nobody,
Mhm.
and
And nobody's seen it.
He was in it.
Well,
No, actually,
No. I heard that movie was actually kind of tight.
that movie was awesome. It was like a John Wick
That
type
was the Better
movie.
Call
that
Saul
dude
dude.
from Better Call Saul.
Bob
Odenkirk.
Oh, that he was in that one.
Yeah.
He was the
and
action
that was
guy.
good.
He's the main actor in that.
And the
He
Saul
could be
dude.
axed.
Stop it.
Oh,
Stop.
So
No, but
Stop.
Dye his hair.
he
Stop
did a
it.
good job, and I was like, his old ass. How the hell is he? No,
And he had a heart attack after.
He
You can't
did
do
good.
that, man. You can't just put everybody in a
No,
movie
he,
like
he
that.
played the role well.
If they make Mr.
Basically-
X a brain like Streets of Rage 3, I'll watch it.
Is he a brain?
It was a brain.
And yeah, in part 3, he was the brain.
Oh my god.
In a
Wow.
yeah.
Dude, what is that?
Wow.
What's the movie with Jason Statham with the
Crank.
Crank? It'd have to be like
yeah,
Crank.
that was great. That was
It'd
great.
have to be like
Crank
Crank.
was amazing.
It would have to be like
The
Crank.
movie-
Looks like Crank.
It would have to be like But that's how you do it though. And it's been a while since we had a movie like that.
Wait, Bob
The movie that they
Odenkirk
just
alive,
recently
Harris?
did
Bob
that was
Odenkirk.
something like
What's that?
What did you say, KAG?
the movie that they just recently did that could or potentially go like along the lines of a Streets of Rage movie was Fistful of Vengeance. Did you guys see that?
No.
Did not.
You know,
That
I watched it.
That has Louis Tang in it, and the dude for I think that's the dude from Ong Bak. That's the kind of movie. It was a trash movie too.
It
by
wa-
the
it
way,
wasn't-
just
it
it was
wasn't-
horrible.
It wasn't as good
Um,
as a series that it was.
Right,
Yeah, it wasn't as good. It definitely.
but that's like where Streets of Rage is going to go to. It's going to be like that movie.
Hmm.
You know, and I
see
just
that.
don't think it's gonna work. It's gonna mirror that type of movie because in that movie they were fighting the syndicate, you know, and you had the overpowered character, and then you had his tag-alongs, you know, and a live action movie is gonna replicate that, which is not gonna do good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They
I
need
don't
the guy
know.
from American Ninja. Remember back in the
Stop.
day? They could still pull this off, man.
Bro.
He was younger than you thought back then.
You're right.
Michael Dudikoff
Oh.
and David Bradley, remember from American Ninja 4? They had both
Oh,
of them in there. I
man.
was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
This could be a
They got to
spinoff.
bring in Billy Blanks and
Oh,
Stop it.
Billy
Nah,
Blanks.
that's,
oh my
that's
God.
DJ, man. That's
He's
that's
gonna
what
play
they base
Axel?
DJ off.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Billy-
yeah.
That's hilarious.
But they would have to jokify the whole movie if they did
Oh.
all that. That'd be
that-
fine.
That's what
Nah.
I would see if they
Nah.
did the producers or whatever the creators of Kung Fury.
He's
That
gonna
would do
throw
it.
up in his mouth right now. Look at him.
They would do it. They would do it.
Fine. Jean-Claude all day. So let's know what y'all feel about Streets of
Oh,
Rage
man.
being a live action film nowadays. Let's see if that'll work out. out. Let us know in the comments. All right.
Oh.
Nintendo GBA emulator for Switch online seemingly leaks.
Eh.
So you know what this means. Listen,
So moving on to
move on to the main
Right.
topic.
exactly.
We did report on this before they announced the Nintendo 64 was on there, right? And they said they thought that Nintendo 64 and Game Boy was going to be announced.
Right.
And everybody was caught off guard, and they didn't announce Game Boy at all. And it's like, what were all those leaks for? We saw it. Nothing was said. So obviously people were expecting that there's going to be some type of Game Boy available in their store or as a service. And nothing was said afterwards. So, we're just anticipating at some point in time that they're probably going to announce it. And it's probably going to be part of their premium service because it's not going to be for free. You're not getting nothing for free no more or for the regular base service. So they said Game Boy and Game Boy Color were found to be, they were testing games in it. But a hacked system found out. They data mined an update that had the emulators in it, basically. And unless you had a hack system to do this from a development point or standpoint to release it out to the public, then there's no way you would have known. But they said the Game Boy Advance emulation was not really all there from whatever they were using in it. And, I don't understand that because Game Boy Advance emulation has been good for the last 10, 15 years. So I don't know what emulator they're using. They need to hit somebody up with an open source and be like, listen, we need this to work.
Yeah.
But, they said they were playing like Metroid Fusion, stuff like that, and some Zeldas. As far as that being something that's going to entice me to pay $60 or some odd dollars, no, not really. I mean, it is a portable system, and I guess if you want the nostalgia and you don't have any other portable system, and the Switch is what you need it for.
If you have a smartphone, that's a portable system, and you can emulate all this shit easily.
But you don't have no buttons, man.
I
You know what I'm talking about.
You could get a Bluetooth controller and play the shit.
But that's a lot of work. They want to.
I think Nintendo
They want to pay
Nintendo really feels that every single one of its customers have udders. So they can milk every single one of their customers just like they do a cow. They're going to milk you, dude. Like it's how people let them get away with this is just ridiculous. Like it's crazy, man.
You don't think it's
not worth it?
You don't think
No,
so?
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like
It's in black and white. No.
there's very few retro games that's gonna make me come back to a retro game.
Right.
I have a list of maybe 20 or 30 that I always go back to, but on Game Boy Advance, I mean, some Zelda games, maybe a couple Mario games. That's just about it. I'm not going to go back and play anything else that they put on there because I just don't care.
Yep.
Kirby's
Me
Pinball.
personally, anyways.
Kirby's Block Ball.
Like, anything Kirby, man. Get out of here.
Only thing that would make me if they added it to the
The base, yeah.
Well, if they
anything extra is fine if you're
if they
paying the
just
base.
added it extra to whoever is
So say they did
that's
this.
fine.
If they just had Game Boy and Game Boy Color for the base, and they had Game Boy Advance as the bonus that you had to pay extra for,
That's fine.
would that be acceptable?
If they put Game
No.
Boy added to the basic, right, and Game Boy Advance, they add to the premium with Genesis and N64. Yeah, that's.
You think
Yeah,
that's
that would
something they
work.
might do?
Yo, man,
That
I'm
would
thinking
work.
about it just for the freaking Mario Kart booster course thing, man. I'm still 48 freaking courses. I might bite, and they also got 60 frames.
It's $20. Just buy them. $20.
F-Zero X, man. I never played it on the N64. I might have, and Paper Mario. So
So you're the guy.
They just put Mario Golf on there too. Mario Golf has just been added.
once they put DK64, I'm all on it.
You don't play it. You're not gonna play it. You don't
I'm
care
gonna
about
be
that
on
game at all.
Wow.
I will once they put it on the
It's rare.
online.
It's coming out for
KAG.
Microsoft.
Turbo's our Nintendo spokesman.
I
He's
might-
the guy.
I think the thing is where they get you at, and I think this would be for you for sure, is the ease of access. Because you can play all those games on Emulator,
Yep.
but to have them on one console that's
Yes.
current day, and then you can just access it. That's where they get people. It's
Yes.
not so much that I have to play it, but why not? It's easy to play, so I'm going to play it. And they get that whole nostalgia thing, and it sells.
Yep.
The
It
thing I
just
like
sells,
about
man.
what they did with the 8-bit stuff, they added special things in it. Like you have all your
Yes,
power
online
ups on
play.
the last level. They added certain situations in those games that you don't just play normally, which is cool.
Mhm.
Which is cool. So
I did want to know though the appeal also to the Nintendo Online whatever service is like with the retro games that they have emulated, they give you the ability to do online co-op.
well, we'll see if that works. Yeah.
Well, we still have yet to test
Yeah.
it.
I haven't tested
they
it yet.
offer that. Yes.
Have you got a chance to test it, KAG?
I have not. I'll be honest with you, man. My Switch, which is right behind me, right there, gets close to no love anymore. It just sits there
Blasphemy.
and looks cool. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, man. But I need a title that's gonna bring me to it. I've beat most of them, so I need something else that's gonna make me want to pick it up again.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Astral Chain.
The Astral Chain is
Astral Chain is fun. I beat Astral Chain. Metroid would make me pick it up again. I played the recent Metroid and that was really fun, but then once you're done with it, it's like whatever. And then those retro games, right? I like retro games, but I was brainwashed. And where I was brainwashed when it came to trophies and achievements. If I am not being given something for doing something, I don't play anymore. And it's so bad. It's the worst thing on earth, right? It's literally the worst thing, and I hate it. But why go and play an old game if you're not going to give me a trophy and achievement for it? I want a trophy. I want an achievement. And if they put that in there, I'd go back and play all of them.
That's why Sony doesn't bring out much of the emulation, because they said they wanted to add trophies to every old game if they do that.
Yeah.
And it's causing them not to come out.
It would sell. I'd be all over it. I'd be like, yo, I'm back. Thank you.
KAG, what about Three Houses? That's not going to get you back into the Switch.
Nope.
You still trying to sell the Nintendo?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Not yet. Well, okay. So for the Switch, I love my Switch. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the Switch. I have over 300 Switch games. I love the console, but part of it is I'm a trophy achievement whore, right? So since they don't give me something, it limits me going back, and it's the worst, dumbest thing ever. I know, but they really brainwashed a lot of the gaming community when they started doing that.
Thank you.
So now you have something to show. Yeah, I beat this game, or yes, I put in 50 million hours, and I'm the man in this game. Do you know if they had a trophy and an achievement in Mario to collect every single coin in the game, I would go after it. I would hit every brick. I would get every coin, and I would feel accomplished, and I would play that game to heaven's end, right? That's all they got to do.
Okay.
And it's crazy, but it is what it is.
But they gave you a screenshot button though.
Xbox.
Screenshot button.
Take a picture.
Xbox is the one that started it, man. They started that.
Yes.
that
Achievements, man.
Yeah, it's easy when they had 3 games to do it with, so it's very easy to start it.
Yeah.
There's
But
the Xbox.
it gives
fan.
you
What's
it
up?
gives you replay value in your game, either for PlayStation or Xbox, whichever platform. I have them both, play them both, right? But it really, after you get and beat the story, then you go back and try to get all these little trophies that you may have missed. So it's continuous replay value for a game. It was brilliant, right?
It does make sense.
But it did brainwash us, though. It did brainwash us.
I never cared about achievements.
Same
ever.
here. Like I'm the same way. Like I've never given 2 craps about
I've
it.
never cared about them, but I'm not sure what game it was, but there was something where like they said, "Oh, you got like that many headshots." I was like, "A word, a million." I was like,
Yeah, right.
It was like, "Thank you, thank you."
See, I didn't acknowledge.
That's what it
That was cool.
When you do stuff, when you do cool stuff in a game, and an achievement comes up, like yo, you just did that.
But you know what made me not care? Hidden achievements.
Yeah, it's like a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? Good job. You just did this or whatever. It's trust me. It's a total brainwash thing, man.
Dude,
but when I play PlayStation or Xbox, the first thing I do, and it's so bad, is look at the achievement list or the trophy list before I even start playing the game. I want to know what I'm going to go after before I even start the first level, so I know that I don't miss anything. It's so bad.
That's what I'm like. I'm done with this. A million headshots in Halo. I'm done with this.
Yes, Gears did
I'm
that.
on the way though.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on the way. No, I checked the achievement list
Online.
After I beat the game.
Really?
No, I'm saying anything online related. I'm never getting those achievements, so don't care.
I'll say this. Like similar to what you said. Like I don't care about achievements either. But there was one time when I was like, oh shit, I 100%ed this. I got the achievement for Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
And I 100%ed that
the
game.
Tetris
and then
too?
I got that shit, and I was like, oh.
Your Tetris achievements are
Did
good too.
Oh yeah, but I don't care. I honestly don't care.
But like that's
my
the thing.
personal is more important than whatever they say. Whatever.
Has everyone ever cared about getting a platinum trophy?
Yeah, I've got one.
No.
Nope,
Never.
never.
No,
I
never.
never
no,
cared.
never cared.
I once tried, and Double Dragon 1, the arcade one for Xbox.
Oh, you
Live
know, you
Arcade,
tried to cheat.
I tried to get the points.
And thank God you didn't get it. You tried to cheat.
It was stupid.
No, there's
You don't
competitive
deserve it.
gaming
Guys,
and cheating.
guys,
Nope.
stop. CAG lost audio.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
No, he's smiling at us though.
Oh shit! No,
Nice
he's
there.
frozen.
How do we get him back?
I don't know. Hold on. All right.
I could take this time to take a quick piss.
Yeah, we're about to go to intermission anyway.
All right. So we'll go to intermission. Lost audio.
Oh,
Well, that means he's stuck here. So, guys, if y'all want to chat, we're still available. Bringing him back on.
yep. Uh-oh, he lost audio. It happens.
I said that 10 seconds ago.
I know. Oh, no, he lost audio. I had to repeat, make sure everybody knew that. The issue was his audio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Yeah, I never really cared too much about trophies. You know, it's just, they are cool, though. I think that they are cool. It's like people who, they love them, they love them.
The thing is, you can never get a platinum trophy by mistake.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is definitely true. Yeah, it's just, you know, but the,
Thanks for sharing, Reggie.
That's hilarious. No, but it's like we'll see what happens with the Game Boy Advance emulator thing. I think that's a great thing. I don't think that they're going to do a new advanced premiere package though. You know, Miami Sunrise, what's going on, man? And we got Super Miguel.
What's up,
Join
Miami
the chat.
Sunrise?
Yes, we got Lords in here, superheroes.
Lord Shabalba.
Yes, a lot of people in the chat right now. But no, I don't think Nintendo is going to add an extra tier after Game Boy Advance. I think they're going to throw it right onto the premium to make it that much sweeter. If they add GameCube, though, Chuck. If they add GameCube and Wii, yeah, I think that's going to be another freaking tier. We'll see how that happens, though. We shall see. Well, who knows? Who knows? You know, it is what it is. It definitely is what it is. But happy 420, everybody. It is 420. If you guys celebrate, put your lighter up in the air and go fetch out that lettuce in your refrigerator.
What did I just walk into right now?
Nonsense.
420 reference.
420 right there.
He said something about lettuce.
Topic for today is what games are great to play on 420.
Rez.
Well, feel better, Reggie. What's going on with Reggie? Is he all right?
Tetris.
He said he had to go take a dump. Then he said he hasn't been feeling too swell lately. I was
Damn,
like,
man.
Oh,
like,
man.
Taking some
You know how he's got to announce that.
That's
all
true.
take some foul shits.
The
That's
most evil man in history's birthday.
the most evil man in history, seriously. 420.
420.
420.
How's the
Waiting for the call back.
it's going back. Okay.
Hopefully.
Should we?
You already told him to Twitter.
Huh?
You already texted him to Twitter.
All right. We're about to go back on a little bit, guys. Just waiting for all the
What's
dots.
wrong with your voice?
Yeah,
Waiting for all the dots to connect.
Holy shit, dude.
I was like mumbling over the mic.
He said, "How?"
Waiting for the dots to connect. I'm about to get me another beer up in this month.
Dude,
So what drinks y'all got out there in the
wow,
chat?
man.
Y'all got drinks? You don't know what
Weren't we supposed to be putting a limit on Turbo? Because he was wilding last time.
Not sure. It's like you get your drinks, but also it's 420.
Oh,
So
Reggie, you gotta stop.
Reggie said, "Toast girl." What the fuck is wrong with you? Reggie dropping
back?
foul deuces.
Somebody message him. Oh, okay.
Say what?
It's radical Reggie.
Hey, Al, what'd you say?
To let him know that he can sign back in.
420.
Muppet
Oh, somebody already. Somebody got messaged.
babies.
Try to log in
420.
again.
What's going on, right?
All right, Kev.
I can't.
All right, dude. Just keep mumbling 420.
my
All
favorite-
right, man.
it's my
Jesus
favorite-
Christ.
Favorite holiday, man. Favorite holiday.
Not holiday.
I know, right? It's not like I had the day off from work. They should have gave me off though.
Radical.
They're gonna respect this. They're gonna respect.
Okay, you gotta do the Resident Evil 3 remake, man. It's quick.
I know.
You'll knock that out real quick.
I've seen the whole game like nine times.
It's dope. It's actually a lot of fun. I liked it a lot.
What? Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, remake. Yeah.
The remake.
You play it?
I like the. I beat that.
But the remake?
Yeah, I beat the remake.
Bullshit.
I beat both remakes. Yes.
You fucking liar.
No, Resident Evil 3. I was addicted. After 2, I played 3 right after, and I ran through it. I like the pacing in that a lot, much better than the old one. Reggie doesn't like to hear that. But it's like I gotta be real with it. I know they cut out some stuff. There was some stuff they cut out. It was they were just trimming the fat, man. That was trimming the fat like they did with the NWO.
Dude.
What? You don't remember that?
Dude.
That's what it was, man. That's what it was. Yes.
Dude.
TikTok followers went back up, guys. Make sure you support the TikTok, definitely.
Word.
Yeah.
And for all you audio podcast listeners, we definitely appreciate some reviews on Apple Podcasts and Mixer Box. That'd be really, really great. Ratings, reviews, all that stuff. Really
You know
cool
what's
stuff.
crazy about the intermission thing? If you look at Styx's finger, it's like mad crooked. Looks like it's broken.
Pixels, man.
It's crooked though,
Because it's 16-bit, bro.
because he has a fucked up finger.
I don't have any analyzation.
Y'all don't know that he has a fucked up
Analyzing?
finger.
Analyze? I don't know those pixels.
What are you talking about?
Any alias? Any alias?
Yeah, that thing.
Anal what?
Nothing anal. Nothing.
Yo.
Ridiculous.
I can't right now.
I do like the sprites, the 16-bit sprites. They're much better than the 8-bit ones, man.
Wait until we move up again.
Exactly, right?
It's gonna look real. It'll just be pictures of us.
I'm gonna leave Suit Larry like suit.
You want to look like Leisure Suit
Hell
Larry?
yeah. Hell
Hey, watch what you say about Leisure Suit Larry. How's KAG doing?
I don't know. KAG's internet went down. I don't know what the hell.
Oh,
I don't know.
shit.
It's on his part. We're just waiting for
Oh,
him to
just
log
shut
back
down?
in.
Media glitch, man. This is the third time. We're glitched out again, man.
It's right before intermission.
And it's
I
crazy
really
because
think
it wasn't
no,
it wasn't this.
Mm.
It wasn't this. You guys can still hear us. So that's
Guys, we
good.
haven't sped up our voices or anything, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still sound
No,
good.
that's not our.
Do we
that's-
sound sexy?
Worst comes to worst, this is what we'll do, though.
Hopefully he's.
It won't let him back in, it says.
Well, we can continue the show,
It won't let him back in.
You gotta change what?
but we have to make some changes. But
Mhm.
I could do that though.
Yo, it's funny. It's like,
But I'm not going to do that yet until he logs back in.
He said it can't log back in.
yeah, they won't let him back in. They
What?
won't. Yeah. Not 3 times. It's crazy. It is crazy.
So that means, Reggie, next week something's going to go wrong.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Can't log. Wait.
That's crazy. It's funny, though. It's like the problem that resolved from last time is, the problem we had last time is resolved. So,
This is something different.
That is the new media glitch.
it's like, it's glitched out month. Media glitched out. Definitely glitched out.
Well, hopefully we'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Yeah,
guys are good.
that would be cool if it's just
He'll,
part 1.
he'll start
Alright,
to
so
become a
Turbo.
regular.
How do you think your new squad's going to fare against me, bro?
Oh, dear.
My new squad. All right, look, I got my Bardock, right? I got my Vegito.
I got my bar.
And I got my my Broly. My Broly, not super Broly. I got the green-haired one. You know, he's gonna kill.
That sounds so convincing.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
He's going to kill. He doesn't even sound confident either.
He's
he's
gonna,
gonna
kill.
kill.
Cause man, it's like Broly. He just comes in there and just dominates. You know, he chokes people down to the ground and stuff. Throws a big
Who?
plasma green ball at somebody. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Kev sounds
the
like he's
plant,
cutting a terrible wrestling promo.
He is. He
It's
is.
gonna-
Take you to NXT and learn some shit.
Nah, man. Chalker, when you get into the ring with me,
There's no ring.
when you go back into the match with me, there's no place on the planet for you to hide. There's gonna be spirit bombs. Too bad Super Boo.
Kev, Radical already said Turbo's going to have an awesome intro for
I
him.
will.
Ready for him next week.
It's
That's
gonna be a
right.
good one. It's gonna be a good one.
That's right. But it's gotta be a song. You gotta do a song. Gotta do the.
You missed it. Al just showed his art. He got that already.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be something special, definitely.
Yeah, Reggie, he had the whole Tetris thingy during the game segment, and he said, "I'm not going to submit to Reggie.
Try logging in, right?
I'm not going to submit to Reggie. No pause."
That's terrible. That is definitely terrible. Well, that's what it is. Yeah. It's like these podcasts. You know, you're dealing with Zoom, you're dealing with Skype. It's crazy. You know, it's just.
All right, someone else interrupt Turbo because he's just
No, I'm
rambling.
not.
He's rambling right
Nah, man, I'm not gonna reveal the secrets, the keys.
now. What are you
Not
saying?
gonna reveal the
Yeah,
secrets.
have you played Guilty Gear Strive yet? Or no?
Nah, I take a look at the Guilty Gear Strive. I'm
Tequila
guilty
Gear.
enough as this.
He said tequila gear.
Tequila Gear, man. Tequila Gear. Nah,
Just
it looks
past
good.
Turbo's bedtime.
It
Yeah,
looks
where
good.
it passes bedtime, he's over his.
I
drinking
try
limit.
not to play too many games at once. You know.
Oh yeah.
Too many fighting games at once.
How's Nier Automata?
You know what it is? I tried to play it, and then
How's Shenmue 3?
they revoked my license because they really took it off Game Pass. I thought I was still able to access the game. Nope.
So
you know,
you gotta start that from scratch.
No, I got the save still. I'm sure. I just have to like
game
actually
was like
buy
$10.
the game. $10? I don't know right now, man. That's a lot.
It's $20.
That is a lot.
So I guess you have to play Astral Chain then.
Ooh. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens at the Triangle Strategy.
You lying ass motherfucker.
I still got Sephiroth to kill in Final Fantasy VII, but I might just start the remake because it's not like the remake covers.
You
that
can't beat him,
battle
can you?
Harris got the worst GOAT list of all time.
Got Paul Babylon 2D.
That is-
Too human, Jesus.
Those are all the games that were hyped up to be big and flopped big time. If you follow gaming for the past 20 years, you know about Too Human. That was real bad for Xbox. I was hyped.
I remember. Was that when you attack with the analog, right?
I think it was 2
No,
years.
you fight with the analog stick. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
They showed that shit.
And it looked good, right?
Yeah, it was
It
hyped
looked
to
like
death.
shit.
It's kind of like Ghost.
Turned out to be
From,
shit.
Hell yeah, man.
the fuck's that game? Not Call of Duty. What the fuck?
No.
Starcraft Ghost.
StarCraft Ghost.
Yeah, that never came out either.
Ooh.
We gotta wait on KAG on his side.
Nope. Nope. No response yet.
So we about to have a show.
This is what we're gonna.
by ourselves.
They got it.
We're gonna put a static picture of CAG. One of us is gonna ask. Some of us gonna ask questions, and someone's gonna like imitate his voice answering.
Guys, where this is I don't know what happened, but there's technical difficulties that just went on. We lost contact with KAG, but do us a favor. If you're listening to this podcast, sign up to his social media. If you're watching it, you can see it right up on the screen, but follow him on YouTube. All right. It's King Archon Gaming. All right. On Twitter, it's at King Archon. Instagram, King Archon _gaming. And Facebook, King Archon Gaming. One word.
Yeah, be sure to go subscribe.
I'll leave this up until now, until I can see. Hopefully we get him back. If not,
Yeah, I got faith, man. I'm a man of faith.
No, you're not.
So I got faith that you're
Mana is faith. That's magic.
That's right, man.
Yeah,
That's right.
playing
The
some-
man.
Nothing yet.
Nah, but triangle strategy, Eric.
Maybe
you gotta
Reggie
get
can
a
jump on.
Reggie just popped in and be like, "What the
Let's
fuck?"
get him on this week.
Like, wait, what just happened?
Like, yeah, guys, I'll get on here.
Oh, I heard about Luminous Avenger. I heard that shit was fire.
Is that SRPG?
His ass. Whose ass? What are you talking
Is that
about?
an
dude?
ass RPG?
No, dude.
Luminous Avenger.
Part of the Gauntlet.
9-2.
Interesting.
Oh, can we talk about real quick this next character coming out for Marvel's Avengers?
Jesus.
I don't know who that is.
No.
That's female Thor.
That's
James
Jane
Oh, it is?
Foster.
Female Thor.
Oh, where? That's what's her
Natalie
name?
Portman?
Yeah,
Portman? Who's Portman?
Natalie Portman.
No, Portman.
Damn, Cav.
It's like,
How drunk are you?
why I'm not drunk, man.
He's
and,
just tired.
and I'm tired. I'm tired. No, I'll tell you, I'm tired. I'm tired of people saying I'm drunk when I'm not drunk.
Yeah, but he
alright?
reminds me of Charles Barkley. That's what Kev reminds me of.
You just gotta change
What
your
you
voice a little
mean?
bit.
He ain't got no rings. No, I don't know.
Oh boy.
That was a bad
Oh my
one.
God. Dude, Kev,
He ain't
Kev.
got no rings.
Oh, I think I know that game. Yes.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
just
like
fire.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's dope.
amazing.
Yeah.
It had
Really
that. It had the announcer in the trailer, right? Who was over the top. And like they had an ill trailer, but the announcer was going crazy. And I was like, "Oh, he's
Was
fire
it
in this
in that- for
entire
that game?
thing. She's fire in this entire trailer."
It was for that game?
Yeah, I think so. Or at least the one before it.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
CAG taught me
him
everything I know
you
about
attachments.
That's right. Build them blocks.
That's fun.
Clear them lines.
I saw an attempt.
Mm.
I saw an attempt.
Clear them lines.
Maybe he rebooted.
Oh no, he might be back. Hold on, y'all.
I see
Oh,
an
hold
attempt.
on.
Orlan.
There he goes.
Boom.
Boom shakalaka.
Sir, it's like she's really gonna have more moves than regular Thor. What? The lightning's gonna come out. It's not gonna be.
Dude, it's not that they're going to have more moves. It's the same amount of moves. It's just going to be like Hawkeye and Hawkeye.
It's,
We need as many Thors as possible.
Okay.
It's just a stupid move.
All right, let's see if we can get this going back.
Yeah, that was a bad choice. They
Can
should've-
you
should've put a
can you guys hear me?
I hear
Hear
him.
you.
I hear
He's
him.
back.
Guess who's back?
CAG's
What
back.
about now?
Good
Can you hear
game.
me now?
Yeah, you're good.
CAG.
CAG is back.
My camera like died.
Oh,
literally-
see, I was like, it's not us. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I'm using my new Razer Kaio. So let me set this up real quick.
Oh, no worries,
But-
man.
My Logitech camera, this one here,
Yeah.
it just died. It literally just died. Like
That's
it's
what happened.
dead.
All right.
It just kicked the bucket right in the middle.
It's the media glitch, man.
It's a media glitch.
It is
3 weeks in a row.
Media glitch.
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, because I'm
At
like,
the
I
same
just
time.
rebuilt this whole thing from the ground up. I'm like, there's no way. So everything's working perfectly.
What is Reggie going to do for next
It's all
week?
good, man. It's all good, dude. Set up your camera. We got your socials up on the screen right now live. So everybody out there, please
The only thing we don't have is your anti-socials.
give this guy a
Right.
oh my god. Give KAG a follow, guys. All right.
All right, there we go.
All right. You're all set
Let
up.
me turn that. Let's turn this down a little bit. It's a little washed out. Hold on a second.
How's everybody?
Dude, like,
Everybody can hear KAG okay on the chat? Let me know
Hell
before I switch forward.
Can everyone hear KAG?
I'm rather disappointed. I mean, it's
Hey, man, it happens, man. It happens.
no, dude. It literally. I was over here. I was in OBS. I was in
Yeah.
Google Chat trying to like, why is the light not coming up on this camera? And I'm like,
Ah,
all right, well, I got another streaming cam. Let's try that one.
right.
And the cam is just like, no good. Here, I'm gonna turn that off. There we go. That's better.
All right, we're going back on. you know?
That's how it happens, man. It always happens like that.
no part 2 though. It's still part 1.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
That's right.
We ain't splitting. We ain't
Technical
split-
difficulties on the other end.
There it goes. It's like it never happened.
But that's all
It
good.
it happened when Reggie came back to the chat.
No, Reggie always doing things, man.
The video camera's dope though. I use that when I do my streams.
Yeah.
Looking clean.
Yeah, dude. It
That's nice.
you know what? I got it for free from GameStop because I just surpassed 1 million points like a
Jesus.
little while ago.
Oh,
And I had like an extra $100 in there. And I was like, let's go see what GameStop has. And they had it on sale for 50. I was like, give me that and give me this and give me that. And I just used the points to use them.
Awesome.
Wait, 1 million points got you $100? That's
well, no, you get more. You get more than that. It's just I was at 1 million at that
Oh.
point. But I think every 5,000 is $5, 10,000 is $10. I think is how it works.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't been to GameStop in years.
Same. That's crazy. Looks good though.
not bad.
Yeah, I used to work for GameStop, man. 12 years I spent with that company.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
And
survived.
I got stories on stories with that company. I got robbed
Oh,
at
God.
gunpoint.
Oh,
At my store was in the west side of Cleveland by the West Side Market.
Oh.
And it was Christmas Eve. Guy came in, 2 guys actually, locked our door, laid our whole store down. We were packed. They made everybody lay down, took me to the back, and maybe pull out all our cameras and everything. The dude was such an idiot because he has a gun pointing at me, and then he drops the clip out of the gun.
What?
Wow.
Like it literally falls out of the bottom of the gun. And I'm looking at him like come on, man. So
Yeah.
they take us back to the front, and he gets mad at me because he didn't understand how a time delay safe works. I'm like, I got to put the code in, wait a couple minutes, then put the code back in for the safe to open. He thought I was lying. I'm like, dude, you can have this stuff. I don't want it, you know? And
Wow.
the guy pulls the trigger like in my face,
Oh.
What?
and it didn't do anything.
Whoa.
Like
Whoa.
talk about somebody's life
Yeah.
flashing in front of their face.
That could have had a bullet in
And-
it though, even still without
Yeah.
the clip.
No, it usually has one.
And that was the last. Well, he had his clip back in there, but I don't know if it was loaded or not. But that was the last month I was with GameStop. I
Oh,
told
they gone
my
next day?
DM, it was a female. Her name was Paulette Kika. I hate that lady, but another story. So
Put our blast.
I told her, I said, listen, you know, I'm going through like mental, like my
Oh, hell
mind's
yeah.
messed up. I could have died.
Damn, man.
She was like, if you don't come to work, leave your keys at the store.
Oh,
She didn't give
you
me
can
no
go fucking
time
fuck
off.
yourself.
wow.
So I went to work, and I left my keys at the store. I was done with GameStop after that. And that was just the first time I got robbed. One of my good friends I hired when I was there, his name was Leonard. And we were at 55th and Broadway at that time. It's kind of the hood in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And we got robbed again. They got tied up in the back. I went in the morning. I got there, got the money, taking it down the street to the bank. I come back and I'm like, why is the door open? It should be locked. I open up the door. This guy peeps his head out the back of the back room, and I see him. He has a gun in his hand. So I run back to the car. calling 911. And then Leonard and the other guy I was working for me at the time, they come running out the store. You know, they got shoestrings tied on their hands behind their back. That's how they tied them up or whatever.
Jesus.
So, dude, I got horror stories with GameStop, and I got love stories with them too, you know, certain stuff.
That's
But
fucking-
it was
sounds
crazy,
like no fun.
man.
That does not sound fun.
Yeah.
I would quit that shit. I'm like, I'm gone. I just got a
Dude,
fucking
it
gun
was-
on my face.
Back in the day, GameStop was like the spot to get robbed because we were cash heavy.
Damn.
You carried a lot of money during the holidays. Most of our stores, believe it or not, in Cleveland were by the freeway. So people would hit you up and hit the freeway and be gone. You would never know about it, man. So, but
Jeez.
I had great stories. I went to a lot of their gaming conventions in Vegas. All that was paid for. I got to meet Randy Orton. He signed a faceplate for me. And dude was one of the most amazing wrestlers I ever met in my life, man. He was awesome.
I heard he's a cool dude.
And he is, man. He is like downright awesome. And I gave that faceplate to my best friend Anthony. I wonder if he still has that faceplate. I should have kept it.
Did he RKO you?
I would have paid for him to RKO me to get that on film.
Me too, bro.
I would have been like, bruh,
Right through the tape.
listen, do this, you know. And at that convention, we were hosted at the Mandalay Bay. And that was when Guitar Hero was like at the height and Rock Band was at its height at that time. Reggie Fils-Aimé came to that game show. Who else was there? Dude, I got so many stories. I loved it, but they started transitioning into a negative atmosphere around the company. And I was just like, after that whole ordeal, we got robbed and gun pulled on me. I was done with it, man. I'm upset about it because I really did like that company.
I love GameStop stories, man. Like
Jeez.
employee stories. I look all over YouTube to hear people talking.
I heard a few. I've heard quite a few.
I love them. I
Oh,
can't get
yeah.
enough of them, man.
It's either a horror story or
Great
you
story.
know, a plus. Yeah. Because before they did the Circle of Life, it was an amazing company to work with. But when they introduced the Circle of Life, it was basically customer buys a game, then we try to get them
Upsell.
to reserve a game, then we try to get them to trade it back in,
Upsell.
and then they buy another game. It's the Circle of Life. So it went from buying the game, upgrading to Game Informer and the subscription, trading the game in, getting 10%. Reselling that game that they traded in for $54.99, which is ridiculous, $5 off of a used game, and then getting them
it's
to
new.
buy.
Oh.
And that ruined the company because that's all they focused on was
Yeah.
the Circle of Life, getting people to screw themselves, buy a game for 60,
Mhm.
come trade it in for 20 or 25,
Right.
sell it for 54, sell them a game for a magazine, and that Circle of Life just kept going.
Dude, I used to sell so much back to GameStop. They used to give me free magazines at the end of every month.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They used to
Oh,
give me
yeah.
all the magazines. Like, here, take $50
Yeah.
worth of mags. Because I used to sell
Yeah.
all my stuff.
I never used to sell
Dude,
stuff
Samba
like
de
that
Amigo.
anyway.
I sold that back. You know how much that's worth now?
$1.
yeah.
Worth quite a bit
Dude.
now.
They preyed on soccer moms.
Yeah.
A soccer mom would come, and I hate to call them soccer mom, a mom, put it that way, right? They would come in, and their kid would have like all the games, dude. They would have like Zelda, and they would have Mario. They have all the cool games that their mom bought, and they would trade them in,
$3.
right?
Oh.
And they would get like $40 for like 12 games to get one game.
Yeah.
And then if we didn't say anything to the mother and let them know what they were doing, they would just let it happen. They were none the wiser, man. And it was just so bad. Like some of the games that people traded in, they're worth thousands of dollars now. GameStop was getting over, man. It was just
Jesus.
Remember
It
they
was
would give me
bad, man.
$3 for Tomb Raider?
yeah.
$3. I was like, $3. Dude,
$3.
that was the gas money I took driving here.
Dude,
You
they-
give me that?
They preyed on you, and because they would get you in the store. That's why they didn't like to give prices over the phone.
Yep.
And then they changed it later on. But they didn't do that just to get you in the store to pressure you into getting. You're like, all right, I'm already here. I might as well
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
trade it in.
That tactic.
You know,
That tactic was used. I used to sell cars, and I remember the used cars also. Like, the first thing they told us, they were like, "Never give a price over the phone.
Hell no.
Never
Yes.
give a price over the
Hell
phone."
no.
Because the whole goal, it didn't even matter about the price. It was the whole goal was just to get the person in the store. That was it.
oh yeah.
That was it.
Wow.
Just get them in.
That's all you get them in the store, they're done.
Right.
Because they either want to buy something
Yep.
or they just like, I'm here and I just want this over with. And
Yep.
no matter how bad they get screwed,
Yep.
they're just gonna take it.
Yep.
Anytime a store gives you a trade value and then a cash value, you're going to get screwed. I don't care anywhere you go. I don't care what it is.
It's true.
Yeah,
No,
you're
right.
getting screwed. So just when you bring your game collection into GameStop, stop at the dollar store, pick up some Vaseline, and just be ready because it'll make it easier.
The only time it would be anywhere near worth it is if you had like the trade-in bonus for an old system. You would trade in for a newer system.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
If they give you like $250 for an old Xbox for the new one, and you're only paying $100 difference, and you know it's backwards compatible, and then it's worth it maybe instead of going through all the process of selling online. You'll still
just
get more,
recently,
but
GameStop got taken for a lot of money. There was a sale on Cyberpunk where you can get Cyberpunk for $5 brand new from like Best Buy and stuff. GameStop was giving $10 trade. People went and cleared out Best Buys, and they just kept trading them in at every other GameStop and doubling up. You know, and that was $10 they were getting for a $5 game. So there are times where you can get over if you pay attention, and if you have a cool GameStop associate, which you don't really have them anymore because they're just there taking up space. But if you have one of those guys that really like you, they'll call you. Hey, we got an awesome deal. Come bring this, and this, and you know you're going to get over. But customer service in GameStop is gone. And I was telling Reggie about this. Reggie just had a experience at GameStop, and I was trying to explain to him how I would have handled it. But the people in the store, they didn't handle it. They don't value you as a customer because most of the employees now are working open to close because they cut their staff. You know, so they're opening one person at a time, open to close, and they're still getting paid. You know, as a store manager, they're coming in at like $15 or $16 an hour. That's terrible money. So it's, you know, they could do a lot better, man, but they don't want to. You know, they see that there's no future in their business. You know, everything's going to streaming. They tried to do some things to partner with other companies to help out, but it's dead, man. It's dead in the water.
Sucks, man.
The only thing good about GameStop is the people who invested at the right time.
Yes, I cleaned up.
Did you?
I cleaned up. Yeah, dude, I bought when it was, this was like 2 years ago almost. It was $4 a share.
Right.
Now, I'm a big component about, at that time, I was like, dude, I was telling all my friends, and this is before it blew up. I was like, buy the GameStop share. It's only $4. And it's like, why would I invest in GameStop? I said, this is a quick flip. This is before they blew up. I said, it's a quick flip. You buy in, you know, around July at $4. It'll double up by Christmas because of all the inventory and all the stuff they're going to sell. So it's going to double up. So you'll double your money, sell at that time when it doubles up.
Right.
Not knowing I spent $1,000 in GameStop shares at the time at $4 a share. And I sold at $230.
A share.
So that is an anomaly. Nobody knew that was going to happen. That was a fluke that'll probably never happen again. But I always told people to invest in, you know, the summertime when their stock is low, because ain't nobody buying games in the summer. They're outside. They're doing stuff. Buy then at that time. And then during Christmas, going into Christmas, when it's starting to raise, double your money.
It makes
And
sense.
a lot of people made a lot of money off of that advice. Then the pandemic hit, and then everything is crazy.
Well, it's the one rule of investing is like invest in what you know. Like if you buy a particular whatever, like gaming in this sense, like you invest in what you know. We all know gaming, so it's like it makes sense.
And if you're a parent, watch what your kids play. Watch what they watch on YouTube for those new things coming, because those are usually good short-term investments. Because like those Orbeez, who remembers Orbeez?
I remember.
Nobody knew about them.
I forgot about
but if you would have invested at those when they started popping up on YouTube and everybody's playing with them, the next Christmas they were booming.
Yeah.
And you could have made a killing on that. So I always tell people, if you have kids, pay attention to the dumb stuff that they want, because it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fidget spinners. Yep. What about those little finger monkeys? You remember those little monkeys you put on your finger?
They were big.
They blew up, dude. Like
That's crazy.
only one Christmas they were everywhere. They blew up and they disappeared. But just imagine if you made that investment the summer, the Christmas before. You buy it at the right time, and you could have made money, man, like a crap ton of money.
And stores are always late.
Yes, stores are always a year behind. They're always a holiday behind.
And with selfie sticks?
Yep.
I remember everybody
Yeah.
would come and ask me
Oh,
selfie sticks. Like, we ain't got no damn selfie sticks, man. And then literally
Those things, yeah.
after the boom, the year after, we had tons of selfie sticks everywhere. I'm like,
Yes.
nobody cares about this now.
Yep.
But they're so late. And
Yeah.
then you
They're
catching when
so
all those
far
companies
behind.
buy all that product is when you could make all the money back from that.
No kidding.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
nuts, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's just pay attention. That's all I say. You know, pay attention to little things.
In Elgato like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Elgato,
Almost
and then
salvation
look
now.
at did you hear the story about not to get too sidetracked, but the story about Shaq and
No.
the Ring doorbell?
Yeah.
So Shaq he called this company, was like, hey, I want you guys to come and wire my house with cameras. I need cameras. And the guy was like, came out, looked at his massive house and was like, yeah, we could do that. 80 grand.
Mm.
Shaq was like, 80 grand.
Huh?
No, I'm cool. So Shaq went to Best Buy and he was shopping at Best Buy and he saw the Ring doorbell. He bought a couple of them. He set them up. It's super easy to set up. So Shaq said he went out of town and somebody came to his house and it popped up on his phone that somebody was at his door or whatever. He was amazed. So he reached out to Ring and said, hey, I want to invest in your company. I want to be a spokesperson for my people. You know, when you say my people, black people, because they're not buying this stuff.
Right.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some commercials for you, help you sell your product, and you're gonna pay me for it. That's exactly what he said to this company. The company's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. We'll do that. So Shaq invested, he pushed the company or whatnot, and then it got Jeff Bezos bought it, and Shaq cashed out at like $750 million from like a $2 million investment.
Yeah.
So like
Talking about
Shaq is brilliant.
No, Shaq's that's
brilliant.
Papa John.
Yeah.
He's got to do something about them feet, though.
And Ring security is pretty
Right.
good. Ring security is pretty good.
Yes.
I like it.
yes. It's crazy. He's brilliant, man. Like if you listen to this guy, the stories he tell, you know, it's amazing. And this dude is just like sitting on like a mountain of money that no one would have ever known.
Dude,
you
he's
know,
got three-
he's always investing.
Just
He's
don't
got
have
3
him.
life-size pictures in Best Buy, different company. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
it's in everywhere. It's representing everything.
There's
in
always
this store.
there's always YouTube shorts popping up on the timeline of like certain stories he has or whatever.
Yes.
And I always click him. He'll just be like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? Thank God for subtitles. 'Cause I don't know what he's saying. It's the
Saying the
same tone.
smartest
stuff.
He's saying some real shit, but I don't know what he's saying.
Just don't have him
Yeah.
rap, man. Just don't have him rap.
He was even successful rapping.
What are you talking about?
He
He's
was
outstanding.
successful rapping.
Yeah, man. You know, we miss out on a lot because we don't have capital. Just imagine if a lot of us had more capital and we could invest in stuff, man. You know, when you have millions, you can take the loss, but that guy shows you invest in what you like and you'll make money, man. He's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
No, it's good. It's true.
We're gonna have Shaq on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
We could talk
And
Shaq Fu all day.
Hey,
He would do it.
Talk about Shaq
Dude.
for the
Why'd-
sequel. All right.
Why'd you make that?
Shaq would do it, man.
From Shaq Fu means he's
Shaq
the
would be like-
smartest person in the
He'd be
world.
like, I heard one of y'all
Yeah.
making fun of me last week. I'd be like, oh man, my bad.
Shaq will show up at the house. Can't even fit in the basement.
No, yo, he would not be able to fit in this space.
He'd be like, yo, I see y'all got a Ring doorbell.
Dude,
I forgive
He
everything
would,
y'all talking about.
I like your podcast.
he would do it. Like I think Shaq has a great business sense because he also talked about his shoes. He did a deal, a multi-million-dollar with Reebok, and a mom approached him after a game and said, "Why don't you make shoes that are affordable?" And it really affected Shaq. So Shaq went to Reebok and said, "I'm cancel the deal. You can keep all the money. I'll wear the Reeboks for a year, but I'm done with you guys." And then he went to Walmart and said, "Hey,
Yep,
I want to
heard
do a
that.
deal with you guys. And this is I want you to carry my shoe and sell my shoe. You're going to give me $50 million and I'm going to give the deal exclusively to you. And then I'll get back royalties on every sale. But I want my shoes to be under $50.
That's awesome.
And Walmart
he's
said,
a real one.
That's cool.
okay.
man.
He's a real
They
one.
said, okay, sign the deal and went from there. But the crazy thing is how you can tell a multi-billion dollar company what they're going to do. Because he said, you're going to give me $50 million and you're going to sell my shoe for $50 and give me royalties. Like
Because they know what
Yeah,
that
that's
means.
crazy.
They talk
Right.
money.
They like,
I-
hi. That's how
Yeah.
that meeting was like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Aight.
Exactly.
You know who I am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who
Yeah.
you are. Sign it. That's it.
And he
You heard
threw
of,
a shoe at him.
He's like, you see my foot?
That's
This
a
shoe
big ass
houses
shoe.
my foot.
That's a size
He
15.
threw a shoe at him. Get the fuck out of here.
Probably
That
gave
was
that
a-
person a concussion. Son.
Talking about
Yeah.
business, bro. I was watching something on Rob Dyrdek. Freaking
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He-
MTV.
Bob
thing.
Dyrdek's
I saw
another
that.
brilliant
Bro,
dude.
He basically owns MTV.
he finessed MTV. Like
He made that
basically
his thing.
this guy just creates businesses. Like that's his
Yes.
living, dude.
Mhm.
It's insane. Bro.
Skateboard dude.
That's crazy. Like he's not even the greatest skater. He's like he says it. He's like I'm not even the greatest skater.
He wasn't top of his class,
He's
but he
like-
was there. though.
He basically just paved the way. He's like I just create companies, man. He's like
Yeah.
that's how I.
That's
you know,
YouTube algorithm. I watched that 2 weeks ago.
It's
And it
Well,
shows
if you think about it,
it,
if you think about it, there's 8 billion people in the world, right? So
something like that.
if you can basically attract, and we're not even talking about the United States. 'Cause the United States is small. We're like 380 million.
right.
Hit up
If you can, India is 1.6 billion
That's insane.
people
Yeah,
in India. 1.3 in India, 1.6 billion in China.
Mhm.
If you can get just in those markets on something stupid,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? You're a millionaire.
Yeah.
You don't have to attract a lot of people, man. You just got to find your niche
Yep.
and be able to push it, man. So it's like, it's ridiculous. Like I was watching a Shark Tank and this guy came
Shark
on and he had this little record player
Mm.
and you put it on the record and it was a speaker
Mhm.
and you put it on the record and it spun around the speaker and played
Right.
Yep. I saw that.
the music. And the guy, like right there, they bought the company from him immediately. He's like, I want to buy your company. I want to make you a CEO with the company and give you like several $1 million. And the guy's like, all right, sold. And then they went to Walmart and Walmart was selling them for $60 a piece.
Mm.
And they made almost $1 billion off of this idea. Like, it's
Jesus.
crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy.
That's insane.
But what was the record though?
I hope
I know, right?
We dropping gems on
Yo,
y'all right now.
this turned into a fucking business podcast.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We ain't even talk about video games.
Talk about how to get level 857 there. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we talking about right now.
We
Well,
gotta
I
get
mean-
Jack to talk about the podcast.
This is why you bring
Listen,
tag in,
like,
man.
Full circle.
Level 857. I mean, I love the name of you guys,
Thank
the whole thing, and I love like the whole setup, right? You could do a retro game. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a level 857 retro like adventure game with you
Oh.
choose the characters or beat them up because I see you guys play Smash all the time. There's some things you could do with that. I mean, that's really up to you.
I got
And
the works.
retro
It's
is
in the
huge right
works.
now.
If I don't
Retro
have a
is
cape,
huge.
if I don't have a cape, I'm not doing it.
It's in the
These
works.
guys both have
There
that
you go.
piece.
What's wrong with yo? Capes on fire.
Cape to fire. Give me some.
This is on the real though. This is for real. And I told you about this. Nobody else, none of the other guys know about this. But
I know about it.
I had a dream about making like I don't know how the hell this happened. I just had a dream
Martin
about
Luther King.
a game. Yeah, Martin Luther King. No, that somehow we connected with somebody that was like a game developer and they wanted to make a game about us.
Oh yeah.
And this is all in the dream, dude. This is crazy. By the way, just to give you guys an idea, like the time span of the dream was like a year. So all
Yeah.
this happened
Yeah,
in a year
you sleep for
within
a year.
one dream.
I was out cold for the entire year.
But this happened all within 1 year time span in one dream. Anyway, so talking with this guy, he wanted to make this game about like, and he tailor made like it was the craziest, and it was crazy because
He made Scott Pilgrim.
he let me do the music, so I was like, I remember the song too. I'm like, and I made the song.
Was it
I'm
like Overcooked?
It was like a conglomeration of like because this is the co-op channel, so it was like a bunch of it was basically
Mini games.
It was a lot of games put together.
Okay.
Meaning each stage was like one game was a beat 'em
One
up.
genre.
It's like
Yeah.
1990X.
Each stage was a different genre, so it was just changing. Dude, I woke up and I was like, I felt so real, man. I was like, this is a real game.
And
Is
you
this-
woke up angry as hell.
This really happened, like,
Word.
and then I'm like, no, it's not real. Holy shit!
I woke up
Listen,
in so many dreams.
that's
mad
a-
angry.
And I remember
That's
telling you,
what they call calling, man. That's a calling,
Bro.
dude. Like
I felt
that's
like-
letting you know that could really manifest into something if you put some time into it. When a dream is that vivid, that's telling you that you got an opportunity. Like that's how I personally feel. Certain things when you dream, where it's like, hey, this is my Hail Mary to you. You better catch on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just go ahead and do it, because if you just like look at how Radical Reggie, I don't call him Radical, you call him Reggie. If you look at Reggie, how he did his game, you guys could do a game. And I envision, honestly, because it's 5 of you guys, I envision like a River City Ransom like game where it's like 4 players at one time, but and bring in what you guys do. You guys do this podcast, right? So just imagine like in the beginning of the game, they got you all sitting, the story starts, you guys doing a podcast, and then all of a sudden something like hits the house and it's like outside is like the world's ending and you're like, yo, we got to get out of here. Like it's so many things you can do and branch off with it, man. But if you have that type of dream, man,
dude,
run with it, man, because it's just space and opportunity to get it done, man. And retro is here to live.
Okay, you got Retromania wrestling?
Yes. I love Retromania wrestling.
You can see where we can stand up from our podcast in that game, because we're in the background.
Too many games.
Already pixelated in there. You can step out from that game and go into a fighting game. And we already talked to the creators who do River City.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We talked to Way Forward a lot. Yeah, we talked to Way Forward. Yeah,
they've been on the podcast a couple of times.
They're good dudes,
here, man.
So I think it's a good idea if you guys pursue that.
It's telling you, man. It's telling you, man. It's just space to do it, man, and knock it out, because that would be awesome. And you would sell it. Like, come on now. I mean, you got John Riggs out here selling Blippus or whatever that's called and stuff like that. Retro is where it's at. These 8-bit retro games. I'm not going to say they're not hard to do, because I don't know anything about developing a game, but I think it's easier to do than a AAA game.
Definitely.
A beat 'em up.
Dude, I just played Double Dragon on Game Boy. I think we can do this.
Yeah.
You give me 2 moves that work and it's fun, I can get through a game.
What was it? Angry Video Game Nerd. I remember the first YouTuber video game that I ever played was that. Like that game was awesome. It was like a love letter to his channel, and to all the crappy all the tropes of the
retro.
It was retro
all
the whole way, but it was like each stage was like or each world was like based off of like different genres that he hated, like like the flying, the flying skull in the Castlevania, like the flying thing. But it was awesome though, and in almost the same vein, like that's the idea that I had with this. But I felt like a madman when I was explaining it to you. It's like, I'm sure I probably look like a freaking psycho.
Not even because
just write it down. That's all.
Dude, it's always in my head.
You're talking to me about dreams, man. My dreams are out of control, psychotic.
And I don't have dreams like that where I remember them. And that's like rare. It's rare for me to have that. But for me to have that, it's like it's big. It's a big deal. But anyway,
that's the storyline of the game.
The last dream I had, I got, this was actually last night. I got pickpocketed in a bar, and I had to beat down 3 people to get my wallet back.
That's the first stage.
I was beating up one dude, and then he passed it to another. Then I beat down the second dude. Then he passed it to another, and I beat down the third dude, took my wallet, and left.
That's stage 1.
And then we got to hunt down your wallet.
Yep.
You come and get us.
Word. That's a premise.
Crazy dream.
That's the premise for the game.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's your first time on the channel, so we want to get our viewers to know who you are. So, what got you started with this YouTube thing?
All right, man. So YouTube, like I used to watch what is this channel? Unbox Therapy, right? I love Unbox Therapy, one of my favorite channels of all time.
Very fun.
And I'm heavily into gaming, by being with GameStop for 12 years and just loving gaming. I was like, hey, I want to do unboxings on the big collector's editions so that people don't have to waste their money and actually see what it is and make a decision on to buy it. That's all I wanted to do. I don't care about the sub count, none of that. I just wanted to show people, cool collector's editions so they didn't have to go and waste $200 on buying it if it was whack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started there, man. And then I just started showing cool stuff that I had and started, doing streams and stuff like that, man. I love it. And just do it for a hobby, man. I don't really look to make anything of it. I've met some of the best people in the world through YouTube, and I've met some weirdos too.
Of course.
And boy, that's crazy, whole nother thing. But I love it, man.
Side
and
check.
now I just side check. But I love it, man. So that's what got me into it, and ended up meeting Radical Reggie and John and Joel, and just was really active in their chats, and they were just really cool guys, so I gravitated to them. And then everybody I've met through them, like you guys, and then Metal Jesus. I haven't met him personally, but I chat through him. And then Saramaru, and X. They're all really good people, man. And it's always good to have good people around you. When you surround yourself with good people, good things happen.
It's true.
I have a question for our top 10 video games of all time that we had to do in that video. What game would you replace with Guardian Heroes?
Oh, that's a good question. What game would I
And
replace?
if you haven't watched it, you guys got to watch that video.
Yes, that was a very good one. I don't know necessarily. I don't know necessarily if I would replace anything. I think Guardian Heroes would have been just like, oh, by the way, this is one of my recommendations, because that's just such a great game,
Fucking
man.
love that game.
Honorable
But-
mention.
Fantastic.
Honorable mention.
Everything you guys had in there, I had some type of nostalgia with. So I was like, yo, I played that. I love that game. But then it was also like doing that whole top 10 thing was fun. I think it was meant to put pressure and make it fun. But we all know those lists are always subjective, because
Yes.
everybody
Oh, yeah,
has a
yeah.
different emotional tie to a game. Like, one of the games that I have emotional tie with is Rampage, because it was the first game me and my youngest brother played, fought over,
Right.
and we got, you know what I'm saying, it's one
We
of the
messed with
first
that.
games. So no matter what, I'm gonna love that game.
Right.
And then one of the first games I actually really got to play at the arcade with my own money and become good at was Time Killers. And people hate that game, but I have
With the limbs
such
and
an
shit.
emotional tie. Yeah,
No.
when I think about that, I think about my childhood. I think about
Yeah.
Geauga Lake that was here,
Right.
and here in Ohio, which is closed down now. I think about spending time with my mom and my dad and stuff, and them giving me quarters, me being good at this game.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like the greatest game of all time. But everybody be like, that game shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, just say you don't like it, because when you say it's shit, you're hurt. You're
You're
shitting
hurting
on
me,
my
man.
on my past, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was Mortal Kombat.
I think that's the thing
Yeah.
about the top 10 list that's messed up, because it's like, are you going to pick the games that are like, this is a really great quality game, or is it
Yeah.
going to be something that you have a memory with, which is going to hold more weight than some of the ones that are just really good?
Yeah.
So
Well,
But
any
really-
of our top 10s wouldn't have matched the top 10 that we all came up with.
no, not at all. Yeah,
Not at all.
It just really put a damper on everything. The fact that we had to all agree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the big difference. Yeah.
Like, all five
You
of us
know-
had to agree.
Well,
on-
majority rules.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
but
that,
that's what
Joel
really
knew
set
Joel
everything.
knew what he was doing, because he
Yeah.
wanted to see us fight.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. That could have been a podcast on its own.
Yeah, it
by the
could've
way.
been.
Absolutely.
It was.
That
absolutely
could have been a
hours.
podcast
It took
on
at least
its
2
own.
hours to come up with that.
Hell yeah, man.
Picking those games, but giving your reason as to why the game means so much to you is what's important.
Yeah.
That allows fans and just people watching the video to understand who you are as a person and give credit to your pick. If you just pick a game that's popular,
Right.
it gives you no credit, right?
Right,
Because
right,
everybody
right.
would have picked that game, right? But if you give the reason as to why, hey, this is my first time I ever played this. I played this with my friends. We were all crammed in a basement playing this game, and we were just, arguing back and forth. Those stories give credit to your pick.
It's the
And then people will
stories.
say,
Yeah.
I understand that pick, and they really do respect it. So, that was a great thing, man. I wish we could do something like that again, because that was a really awesome thing to do. So I
It's
really
always hard
enjoyed
to
that.
pick your top anything.
Might have to do that for genre specific.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
Fun genres is good. Yeah,
I would do that in a
Yeah,
heartbeat. For
absolutely.
genres?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fun fact: the first time we actually did that recording, it didn't record.
That was not a fun fact.
No, that wasn't fun at all.
That's nothing fun about that at all.
The actual making of that list was recorded also,
But it was
and
yeah,
there was no sound.
the whole thought process. The video recorded. There was just no audio with it. So yeah.
All those.
But we had a good blueprint for the.
But we understood how to make the video more entertaining.
So-
Yeah.
Tell me this. Tell me this.
It sucks.
All right, this is gonna be a good one. So, if you plane crashed on a deserted island and you had a CRT, one system and one game, what one system and one game would it be for your whole time on that island? Like,
That's
what
our
would you
question
pick?
to you.
I know, right?
I've been watching our
I thought
podcast.
that's the easiest answer for me.
Same here.
That's an easy
That's a
answer.
hard
Easy
question.
answer for me.
Sega Saturn Shining Force 3 done. Easy.
Tetris.
Okay, okay, that's awesome.
Tetris.
And he said CRT, so it has to be retro.
Yeah, it got to be a retro. It got to be
Do I have internet?
Tetris.
no internet.
Can I have
no
an analog
internet.
DAC?
No, you just got your you got your
Retro has no
CRT.
internet?
You got your CRT, your console, and audio red, white, and yellow jacks for the CRT.
Okay.
That's
There you
it.
go.
So you got
Plug and
up to
play.
2002 round.
What you getting? What you doing?
Oh, me? Shoot. Is it? Can I get a multi-card? I mean,
You're asking too many questions. You're
You know
asking too
that's
many
all-
questions. They asked too many
That's
questions.
cheap, man.
Well,
He gave you what you had, man.
You
You
gotta
got
give me the
picked.
answer.
That's a
Can I
cheat.
use a multi-card?
That's a cheating ass question unless you say
Because I
Mario.
can have the entire NES collection on
Unless
the
you say
no,
Mario
just-
All
You were
Stars.
picking a game
Just
on the console.
One
Mario
game,
Just a
All Stars
game.
would count.
Just a
As a
game you could
One
buy
game.
from Toys R Us
Okay,
in the
okay.
90s.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Ooh.
That's tough, man.
The Sega Genesis collection. I could buy it.
Okay.
I could buy
I mean,
it.
that's a dope pick though. I mean, that had what is Golden Axe on there, Sonic on there. What else was it? Columns, I think, was on there.
At least it gives me variety. It might not be
Yeah.
the one game that I want to play all the time, but I can pick some other stuff on
That
it.
makes sense.
For sure. That's a dope pick. That's a dope pick
We call
right
that
there.
a cheating pick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a that's a
You
cop
call
out.
that- We call that a
Man,
cop out.
smart.
We call that a
Cop out.
sleazy cop out.
That's
Listen,
a
I gotta
cop
pick
out,
which system, so I don't know what system.
We call that a scummy pick.
Wow.
Just keep finding worse names for him. Dirtbag.
Yeah.
degenerate piece of garbage.
Oh, man.
piece.
Hey, I mean, if you pick Shenmue, you can get Afterburner and Hang On, right? Or what was it?
Oh,
True. That's true. Afterburner, Hang On, and Outrun.
What would
Yeah,
you
you
what
can
would
get
your pick
something
be
like
though?
What my
Yeah.
pick?
Yeah.
Twilight Princess, probably if it's a CRT.
Really?
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's a great pick. That's a great
Okay.
pick.
Probably. Well, it's a, if you know,
Hate
Probably.
HD is freaking Breath of the Wild. So, you know, if it's a CRT,
CRT,
I'm
man.
like,
Ultimate.
yeah, it's gotta be Twilight Princess. It's gotta be.
Couldn't you play the Wii U with a CRT?
Yo, this is tough.
Come on,
Yeah,
man. Just
yeah,
say
you
Halo
could.
and get it over.
Yeah,
with,
say
man.
Halo.
Come on, man.
Question.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
could do
s-
Halo.
I'm
You
not
could
gonna
play
s-
it on the CRT,
I'm not
bro.
gonna say
No
it.
online though.
That's old school.
That's
man.
the whole thing. I'm not.
Exactly.
Nah, it wouldn't be fun.
The music.
I'm probably gonna say Marvel vs. Capcom 2
Oh,
All right.
with the
Okay.
Dreamcast.
You have to beat every
Okay.
character. That's good.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
character. You'd be
Okay.
He'll be an expert with everyone. He'll be
yeah.
a A+.
oh man.
Ain't no one touching you ever.
Every
Yeah.
combo ever.
Because Halo, I mean, don't get me wrong, Halo's fun, and that Halo will always have my heart. But like,
The
I'll play
online.
through the campaign, and then
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a wrap.
That's the same with Call of Duty, man. Same thing. That
Did you
everybody always says.
yeah, man.
What'd you pick?
Yeah.
You picked
man.
Tetris.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on,
Tetris? Okay. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, you got to pick.
You can't-
Yeah, we all picked actual games,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
collections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said Toys R Us. You can buy it at Toys R Us. I was saying, oh, you picked all the
looking for a
above.
loophole.
You picked
Always looking for a loophole.
you picked all the above, and it was correct. I'm so mad.
I'm trying to find the
So me personally, I wouldn't pick Rampage as much as I love it, only because if I'm trapped on an island, I don't have my brother to play with it, right? So that I would be
yeah.
salty about that.
That's a co-op.
So I wouldn't pick that. And I wouldn't pick any 2-player games just because
Mhm.
they just remind me of me being alone. I don't have nobody to play with but the
Right.
computer. So what I would pick would be Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
That's a good pick.
Okay.
That's a
I
very
would
good pick.
Respect.
Play that over
That's
and
awesome.
over and
It's one of
over,
the
and
best
never get
Zeldas.
tired of it.
I
Yeah, one of
consider
the
it
best, man.
It's one of the best. It's
That's
definitely
very
one of the best
fucking
Zeldas.
good.
Actual Zeldas.
Respect.
One of the best actual Zeldas.
Wow.
Yo,
I
that-
know, I know 3D.
I love that. I love that.
Yo,
Like,
you heard that
underhanded-
dig? A little dig?
That underhanded
Fucking threw a little,
Yeah.
little shiv into the side right there.
Actual
You
Zelda.
don't need to lock on the thing.
Oh, damn.
Don't need the lock on. I love the 3D ones.
Though I
better.
started hating that game fairly recently because I was watching Mikey B's play.
Well, you got to
it.
see somebody play. it.
Yeah,
correctly.
that made me hate the game. I'm like, you're making this look like a terrible game. You fell through that hole at least 10 times.
First
Not a
boss.
gamer.
Slash his fucking tail.
First boss, right?
Yes.
It's not that
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
First boss. You couldn't do it.
I thought it was the
Hours.
third. I thought it was the
No,
third. That's
Is
the
it
third
third?
boss. Yeah, when you climb all the way up, and if you get hit by him, you fall through all the holes, and you gotta go up.
All
I'm
the
like,
levels.
dude,
Yep.
man.
That was like 4 hours.
You hit the
It was
tail
like-
5 times, dude. It's not hard.
You're talking about the guy that died in the first 5 seconds.
I wanted to break the
Nah,
game.
you got,
You're talking about the
that
guy-
boss moves around. You gotta follow him around. It's like it's
easy.
yeah, but if you're
No,
a
no, no.
gamer,
Well, we're
it's
talking-
easier.
you
If you're
gotta-
not, if you're not a hardcore gamer, it
no.
can be tough.
And you gotta,
If mom played it, yeah, it's tough.
Well, that's about the equivalent.
Mom's in her 70s.
that's in the equivalent.
It's about the equivalent
Yeah,
in
but
playing.
they're talking
though.
about the guy who said, who's playing Horizon,
Oh no.
and it said, if you're not at this certain level in the game, do not move forward. Okay, let's go forward.
Yeah, would you like to move forward?
And then he's
You
stuck.
can't go back if you move forward.
And then he
Okay,
was-
let's go.
And he was upset. He's like, I don't know what happened.
I was under leveled. I was under leveled.
So now
I
you're
can't
stuck
play.
at the last scene of the game, under leveled.
I can't beat the game.
Yep.
So you can't beat the game because you get hit once and you're dead. So you look up the ending online.
And
I'm
then he
like,
bought
man.
part 2.
And he bought. Yeah,
Wow.
I want to
How
fucking.
dare you?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
why?
man.
I'm about to get that $10 upgrade on PS5
Word.
because of him.
Yo.
He ain't playing that game no more.
Gotta sell it to you, man. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I still
exactly.
have to beat. I still got to beat the first for Horizon, man. I play so I jump around so much. Is so bad, man. But I left off on the first Horizon when you're in the field trying to save the one guy from the raptor,
Okay.
Okay.
and never went back. So that's kind of where I'm at. And not because the game is bad or anything.
Right.
I got caught up so bad in FOMO
Mm-hmm.
where at one time I was buying every new release every single week on every console, and I was trying to play them.
Oh,
Oh, chill.
Yeah, how,
Oh,
you
no.
how can you possibly
So-
do
that's
that?
the one
There's
person.
impossible.
who
You
did
you
that.
can't.
Can't.
I would
impossible.
can't.
spend 2 hours on a game, put it on the shelf, never make it back to it,
Oh.
move on.
Mm.
So Joel was really the one that really talked sense into me because I added up the money I was spending. And then I sat back and looked at all the games on my shelf that were still in plastic
Yeah.
Yeah.
versus what I could have got them for 3 months down the line.
Yeah.
And in 2 months, I had spent $1,000.
Mm.
But if I would have waited those 2 months, I could have spent like $350.
Wow.
Oh yeah, big
Because-
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
The games
Easily.
drop from 60 to like 30.
Easily.
Or if you get them from GameFly, they're like 60 to like 40,
Yes.
14.
Yes.
And it really woke me up. So I don't do it anymore. I have to really, really, really want it to buy it now. I just wait and I try to play
It's
through
worth it.
everything.
Yeah, it's the same thing I do
Yeah.
with the eShop because we always see some dope games in the eShop, and I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not really trying to spend that much right now. I'm gonna hit that little heart,
Right.
put it in the
Yep.
wish list, and if they give me a notification, the shit dropped down significantly, I'd be like, all right, now we gonna get this.
Eric-
Now we gonna
Yes.
leave it there.
Eric be like,
We're gonna leave it there.
Eric be like, look,
Yep.
yo, this game's $5. Nah, it's a little too much.
I'm like, you better drop it. You better get $2.99.
Gotta say, 10% off. Doesn't matter what the price.
Doesn't matter what the
originally
price is. Really.
But there'll be so many times that I don't even follow my own advice. I did with Dark Deity. I said, yo, they said, they were like, it just came out. This shit was 20% off. I said, word? I'm going to wait a bit. And then after I beat my game,
goes
I'm like,
back up.
I kind of want Dark Deity.
Broke down.
Oh, that fucking percentage. All right, I'm buying it. I'm like, boo.
Well,
I didn't even
sometimes,
do what I
listen,
fucking said.
If you were gonna
broke
play
down
it,
on
though,
your
this is the thing though. If
Yeah.
you're gonna play
Well,
it
yeah,
and you
yeah.
buy it, then do it.
Yeah.
But if it's like me,
Yeah, yeah.
like some games I'll play a year later, and I'm like, dude, I bought Horizon like a year ago, and it's
Yeah.
$20 right now. I spent
I
60.
bought the greatest hits version of the first one.
Well, yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm saying though, if I waited when I had time to
Yep.
play it, because I know when I have
Yeah.
time to play
Yeah.
these games. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
unless you're gonna catch the wave and play it with everyone as a community,
Mhm.
like with Elden Ring and stuff.
Yeah.
I played that. I was like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go online and see
Yeah,
what
yeah,
everybody's doing. Then you're living with that, like that type of game. You have to play with everybody.
Yeah.
But
Dude, the
then
game
it's
that
worth
killed me is I bought, and I still feel a certain type of way about this. I bought Far Cry 6 Gold Edition for $119.
Ooh, dear Lord.
Guess where it's sitting at? Still in the wrapper, still in the drawer. I haven't got the DLC. It's still sitting there, and I bought it at $120. You know how much that game is now?
Was it like 30?
That game right now is like $20, dude. It's like $20.
KAG, where you get all this money, man? You dropping a lot of money on these games,
dude.
He makes good investments.
Yo, he already told you about his investment.
Don't listen.
No, you missed all the business talk.
No. He still got that money. I would have thought you would have spent that already.
No, dude. I don't spend a lot of money. So I got 4 kids and I'm married, right? So the majority of what I spend goes to them. So what I do is every paycheck I treat myself now. So I used to buy like everything, but now I got talked out of that. But now every paycheck I treat myself to one game. But it could span anything, right? So like I just I don't have it in here. It's in the other room. But I bought a 360 game off of eBay just because I wanted it. It's a racing game. I can't remember the name of it. That shows you how much I needed it.
But a reflection moment right there.
Right.
His voice went down and everything. He's like, that just shows you.
Was it
Metropolis Street Racing?
Was it an indie game?
No, it was a 360 game. It's here. You know, I can just look it up real quick.
KAG said he don't dance now. He makes money moves.
Man,
He don't make no money.
He don't dance no more.
you know, where I also another investment that I made a lot of money on, and was Dogecoin.
Oh.
It was in the beginning when Doge was like
Meme.
0.0004 cent.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it was fake.
0.0004 cent. I bought in $500 at the time of it at that time.
Oh, shit.
And then it made it up to like 14 cent. I sold at 20 cent. When it made it to that, and then I was done. So there's a lot of things. I'm still sitting on Shibu Inu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple of my friends were still sitting on that, and at the time when we bought in, it was like 0.2 of a cent. You could spend that time $80 and get like 14 million of Shibu Inu. Now the way I looked at it, I was like, okay, $80, right? I would waste that on takeout in a week.
Mm-hmm.
And where's the takeout going? In the toilet, right? So with this, I could drop $80 and I'll have it. I could lose it, or it could go up to a penny and I got like $200,000 off of $80.
Yeah.
So those are the type of investments I look at where it's nothing to lose it. $80 is nothing to any of us. Literally, that's a weekend. That's a bar. That's at the bar. $80 is a night at the bar.
That's
if you go out
every week.
Yeah, that's tonight.
I've been telling y'all.
That's tonight after the podcast.
Tonight after the podcast, beer and wings.
That's how we do it.
And I still kick myself because I was watching their podcast and he was talking about what was the last freaking that currency that's probably not worth anything now, but it was
Bitcoin.
It was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
It was the last one. It was some weird word, but you were talking about it, and I was like, I really need to look into this. I really need, because it was just about to hit something. I was like, it's worth nothing right now. I really need to look into this and just drop something to it. And literally, like 2 weeks later, way out of my league. And it's like, if you invested in this,
Yes.
millions and millions. I was like, mother. I wrote it down on a pad.
I invested in Ford earlier this year. Ford Motor Company was like $6.
Yeah.
They're like I can't remember what they're at now. They were just recently at like $14 or $15. So I've already doubled up. But the reason I invested in them is because they're transitioning to all electric.
Yeah.
They're buying all of their batteries from Rivian. Now you can't invest in Rivian yet because they're not public, I don't think yet. But I was telling people when they do invest in them, because Jeff Bezos and Ford Motors are behind Rivian. So if you got those two powerhouses back in the company, it's like,
that means something.
it's a no-brainer.
Right.
It's a no-brainer. You know, so the things is investments can be good, but just don't get in over your head. You could make a little bit of money and be happy with it. Just know when to get out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But look at small investments, man. Small investments
And
where you
invest in what
can
you know.
buy millions.
I feel like a
For real.
good rule to live by is if you're gonna invest or gamble any money, just invest or gamble something that you're not gonna miss.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Great rule.
Yeah.
I agree with you 1,000%. You know, if you think about it, I try to tell people all the time, look at what you spend on non-renewable things, right? And what I mean by that is like liquor, cigarettes, food, takeout, and stuff like that. If you can just curve your purchases on those things where you have nothing tangible to show for it and use that to invest in something tangible, you always have something to show for it. And people always want to say, well, why do all these people have these huge game collections? Yep. You spend your money on going out and partying, and the only thing you have is a memory. I spend my money on a few games. Maybe in 10 years, that game could be worth $2,000, maybe. Now, it may not happen,
Right.
but I still got something that I can sell if I needed to.
Right.
That game, I can get $10 for it. You can't get anything for your memories. Don't nobody want your memories.
Right.
So, you know, I look at things like that, you know. So if you stop buying that Starbucks coffee every day and you save $5 every day
Right.
and you use that money and buy something that you can see every day, then it's worth it. Because you're just gonna piss out Starbucks, man.
That's a good way to look at it, man. That's
I don't like Starbucks at all.
I don't mess with Starbucks.
Nah.
Dude, neither. I was hooked on Starbucks at one time. There was a so bad. It was the vanilla bean all cream caramel frappe.
Oh,
I would get a Trenta. Trenta was the biggest size they had, and it was nothing but vanilla bean with crushed up ice in it, blended, and they put caramel drizzle in the top and whipped cream, right?
Sounds good.
And
Sounds
delicious, but it's also 1,600 calories a cup.
I was about to say that's between 16 and 300 or something. It's a day's worth.
I used to get the grande,
Yes.
the grande
Oh.
chocolate mocha. and
oh,
it was
It's a
like
day's
Yes.
worth.
this big was like 600, 700 calories. Now
God
all
damn.
that.
Yes.
Wild. You
God
wild.
damn.
I had
Cool.
Starbucks twice. Burnt my mouth twice.
Oh,
Done.
I had frappuccinos.
no, I gotta do it ice, man. I like
Yeah, ice was probably.
I like iced coffee. I like iced coffee.
I don't even do
I
a
bought one
frappuccino.
thing. Actually, no, it was 3 times. I bought one thing that was just like milk. I was like, what the fuck did I just buy? This is white.
You bought
This
milk.
is white.
You bought
literally
milk.
milk.
You were in a grocery store.
I was like, I don't know what. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's just milk. Whatever. It ain't coffee. It's good. Whatever. But yeah,
It's some
He said it's
mystery
just-
liquid.
It's just milk.
mystery liquid, motherfucker. There's some
mystery liquid.
Dude,
Some
you know,
mystery liquid.
Starbucks is well, you know what? Funny thing, you know, since we're talking about investments and stuff, Starbucks was one of the investments so many people missed out. They're like, ain't nobody gonna buy coffee. Ain't nobody gonna buy a $5, $6 coffee, and the guy was like, watch them.
They franchised the
You
hell
know,
out of it.
watch
There
them.
was 2 in every corner.
Yes.
It was literally like a
Yes.
GameStop.
Oh yeah.
It's like a
Not anymore.
7-Eleven now.
Well, yeah, now it's
True.
7-Eleven. I saw a 7-Eleven across the street from 7-Eleven. Like, that's some competition right there.
Kag, I have a question for you. What is the
Yeah.
most valuable thing in your collection?
Ooh.
So the most valuable. Okay, now this is going to make you feel bad. You're probably gonna laugh at this. So I thought I had something that was extremely valuable.
Okay.
Um, So I had, well, I still have it. I bought Metal Slug for Neo Geo AES, the American copy, right? So I bought it a long time ago from a guy that was going to trade it in at Babbage's. So that tells you how long this was, right?
Yep.
So I didn't know at that time that Neo Geo was being heavily duplicated, faked, you know. And I bought it from him. And at that time, you know, I just paid $200 for it. That was what those games were costing, and it was nothing. So just recently, this game now is going for like 50 grand. That's what the AES copy is going for, 50 grand or more. So I'm like, oh, I'm sitting on gold.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to get the game graded and stuff. Come to find out that they don't grade Neo Geo games yet, or whatever the case may be. So this guy on a forum, a YouTube forum, I mean, a Facebook forum was like, I'll buy the game from you. Like, I'll PayPal the money for this game. I'm like, sold. Like, that's good money. But he's like, well, I just want to make sure it's real. Could you open it up and make sure that it's real? I was like, yeah, not a problem. I got the tools and stuff. So I go to open it up, and what's in the inside?
Nothing.
Oh no.
It's the game. The game worked, but it was a mask ROM. It was a copyable ROM inside of the cartridge. So instantly my heart sank, and I was just like so heartbroken about that. So that game goes out the window. But let's to answer your question. Let's look, because I haven't checked in a while. We're gonna look here at Game Eye. You probably can't see that, but there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Game Eye.
Gamey.
So Game Eye right now, my entire collection is worth $327,331. Take that with a grain of salt, because Game Eye is not always accurate on prices.
You put every
But
title
we're
in
gonna
there? Individually?
everything I have.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you can scan them. So you can just scan them. So you can scan the barcodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I put everything in there.
By house, you
I'd be like, well, everything goes.
Yeah.
No, I tried scanning in my
So-
DVD collection. It's a long process.
Oh my god.
Tedious. It's tedious.
Because your hand's shaking. You got to hold it steady.
All right. So
Tedious.
my most expensive. Okay, so Metal Slug, I was wrong on the price. If you have the original American copy of Metal Slug,
American.
is worth $119,000 now.
119,000?
Oh, Metal Slug.
$119,000.
$200
Damn.
when it first.
200
Did they
back in the
actually
day.
Did they actually put the cartridges in those Neo Geo arcades? Did they have the cartridges in them, or were they separate?
Well,
They had MVS games, so
Yeah.
it was a
Okay,
difference.
so the
It was
home- okay.
But
yeah,
they-
the
no,
home
they-
was, but they're the same for the most part.
Yeah.
You can convert them. So if you open up a Neo Geo game, there's two boards in there because a regular Neo Geo arcade was a big board. So what they did was they cut it in half and they put two RAM carts inside of a Neo Geo cartridge to give you those graphics. So right now, my most valuable game right now is Neo Turf Masters for Neo Geo.
Racing game.
I have that unopened. I got it a long time ago at a Software Etc. is when I actually bought it. And I bought it because they clearanced them out. They had Neo Geo games going for $49.99.
Yeah.
So if you know anything
Nobody
about
bought it,
Neo
though.
Geo,
Yeah.
I was just buying everything they had in there. So that game now is worth $13,000 for that game. So Neo Geo is a very expensive system to collect for. I would not recommend it. I recommend the Neo Geo itself. If you want to collect for it, buy original hardware. And then Terra Onion has something called the Neo SD.
Right.
And it's a cartridge where you can put every ROM on there. That's how you get into it, because they have some amazing games. But I have right here, because I'm actually sitting next to it, because I have two Neo Geos. But this one here is one of them.
Oh wow.
Right there.
Yeah.
So
It's like 800 to begin with?
Giant ass
It was like 800 at retail, right?
$6.99 when it came out.
What tax? 800.
Yeah, so that's, you see how it has those two RAM carts in the inside right there?
Yeah.
So this is how your cartridges
That
looked.
chunky ass cartridge.
That looks like a system.
Super huge. Yeah,
Nowadays.
super huge. And Neo Geo is worth every penny, because what attracted me to Neo Geo is because it's really the first time that arcade came to your home, like legit.
Yeah.
It was like legit.
Yeah.
And then a lot of things that people didn't know is that you could take your memory card
Yep.
You put in an arcade.
from your console, go to the arcade, put it in,
Right
bring
in.
all your saves, and then go back home.
Yeah.
Like, so it was an experience not like no other, but they priced themselves out of most homes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because in the 90s, ain't nobody spending $700 a game console. If you
I knew
were,
one person
if you
with
were, your mom or dad had bank.
and
if
it
you
was
were,
your
if you
parents'
were doing that.
system.
real.
It was not the kid system.
Yeah, your parents. It's,
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that's
I knew one dude with one.
Mommy was living another life. to afford that.
similarly. What was it?
Mom was doing OnlyFans stuff for OnlyFans.
Doing something
Yeah.
for overtime.
There was the only other company that I can think of is Sony when they came out with the Vita. and they
Yep.
outpriced themselves when they came with the memory card and the
Yeah.
and like it was just it's like, come on, man, you have something great, you have a great product, but you're gonna tarnish it with the price.
Though.
That controller.
Now you have to
Yep,
have a
that's
printed
the-
OnlyFans.
That's the original arcade stick that came with the
yeah.
Neo Geo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what came with it inside the box,
No,
man.
Giant,
So
that's-
That was dude. That was a huge controller. Jeez.
yeah,
Emulation.
Great,
I was never. I had
console.
we had the Neo Geo Pocket though.
Yes.
That was the closest we got to Neo Geo. Was the Neo Geo Pocket.
You want to hear a horror story about that?
Gone. Mine's too.
I gave it to my nephew. At the time, he was 6 years old,
Oh no.
and I don't know why I should have held on to it. I should have held on to it.
You don't know.
I didn't know the worth
You
of
don't
it
know.
either.
Yeah.
I gave it to him.
There it
'cause he-
is. There it is.
Oh, man.
Y'all buy that up
And
right
look,
now. $100.
mine,
It's
mine. If you look at it,
Yeah.
mine. I changed out the screen, so that's a lit
Oh shoot.
Oh, it's a backlit.
replacing
Yeah.
the screen. It's backlit,
It's
yeah.
backlit.
Oh, it's awesome.
So I'm a huge fan of what I call renew your retro.
Mm.
Any console, I always try to upgrade with the best that I can, but does not alter the exterior of the console itself. So I
Right.
always tell people upgrade your capacitors, because those capacitors, if they burst in the inside,
Mm.
they can eat up the board. So upgrade those, get new screens, all of that, dude. Bring that stuff into the 21st century, because it's worth it. It deserves it, man.
Mm.
I got the analog pocket for that.
Yeah, the analog
That's
pocket. I can't wait until mine actually comes. I'm a little salty at them.
That screen though is gorgeous.
It is.
That
It
is
a
beautiful.
nice screen.
Bigger than the Game Boy Advance SP screen.
It
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah,
nice.
it is.
It's nice.
Although I do like
Look
the
at-
form factor of that SP better though.
This one here, if I can show you here, give me there you go. So my Atari Lynx, I upgraded the
Lynx.
screen on it too.
Oh,
Nice.
I never liked
That's
the
a-
links.
Backlit
good, though.
LCD
Nice.
for my Lynx, but I have both copies. Both. That's the
Original?
two.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see the
yeah.
difference.
That's
Night
the
and day.
original.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Night and day,
Jeez.
literally.
So
Look at that.
there isn't many consoles I don't have, man. So I'm a huge collector of all retro consoles, man.
Harris got problems. Harris got problems.
Oh, yeah, Harris, man.
Harris is a wild boy, son.
That's wild.
That's hilarious.
So much stuff.
But I think my most obscure console would be my PSX.
Oh, you got the
The-
Japanese one?
Yeah, it's right. You see it right there.
Yeah.
The white one back below that Spider-Man PS4 Pro right there.
Yeah.
So that's probably like one of my most obscure consoles that nobody ever knew about.
That's a development. one, right?
Like, no, that's an actual console that came out only in
Oh, the movie
Japan.
one.
It was a
Oh,
PS1, PS1, PS2. It was the first home console. Well, no, it's not. It wasn't the first home console, because I have the PlayStation TV that only came out in Europe. Not the
The
TV you guys are thinking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The 22-inch TV with a PS2 built into
Yes,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's super rare. But that one had a 250 gig internal hard drive built into it to play PS1 and PS2 games. So that one's pretty dope.
So it's a small
I really
hard
do like that.
drive. Nowadays, back then it
Yeah,
was crazy.
nowadays it's super small, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I collect. I play all of it, man. I take them out and hook them up. Really, maybe weekly. I don't leave them hooked up because I'm so afraid of like surges and stuff like that.
Mm.
Those old consoles, man, the internals can't take
Would
surges now.
Would you use a Polymega or anything to play as a supplement?
All right, yes, I'm waiting on my Polymega still. I bought my Polymega last year in January. I still haven't received it. I spent $866 for the Polymega, all the modules, and both of the two light guns. I really want it for the light guns
Don't they have
because the
Ascendant?
light guns. Yeah,
Wait.
yep, they have Ascendant. Yeah,
Do you have Ascendant?
No, he's waiting on
no,
the guns.
not yet. I'm waiting on the ones
I
that
mean-
they're making for the
I
Poly.
don't have the regular.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Uh,
we
not
have
yet.
Ascendant
So
guns.
Yeah, we have.
they.
But
Can't hook 'em up,
We
though.
can't go. That's why we asked. I was asking because I was like, I need advice on how to.
We did hook it up,
Dude.
but you don't get it to work with everything yet.
Yeah, it doesn't work with every game.
Got to take that L, man. So,
Yeah.
I'm trying to dust these off, man. They cost a lot.
They were pretty pricey, but I mean,
They
it's
need
cool.
to ship. They need to ship my Polymega because I'm thirsty for it, man. It would alleviate the stress on my older consoles. I would play it a lot
There you go.
just because I don't have to hook up the originals and worry about
That's what's
putting
good.
power to them and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just hope they said second half this year. So I'm hoping maybe May or June. I'll get a notice saying that it's shipped.
nah.
Hope.
You know, I get jealous every time. I get jealous every time I see Sarmaru play his.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, one of the first ones.
got it all. The
Yeah.
whole year.
So I'm always in his chat like, Saru, you gotta have a plug. Can you tell them just to ship mine? It's fully paid for. It's been paid for
Like,
over a year.
Sounds
Just,
like
just
I made
tell
it.
them.
I was like, I got the number. I could dial him straight up, but nah.
He's got like 6 in the back. He's like, nah,
You gotta
man.
wait.
I like to see you sweat.
He's like, I actually have yours.
I have yours
Yeah.
right here.
Make that up to $1,000. I guarantee you.
Yeah, man. It's just they need to hurry up, man. So I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on my analog pocket, which is supposedly this fall.
I'm waiting on my Steam Deck.
Second one. Steam Deck is actually second quarter, so I'm waiting for the email right now. Whenever they
Anytime now.
decide to send the email, and yeah, man, like it's so much stuff. You know, COVID messed us up, man.
Yeah.
This stuff would have been out.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been out, man. But
Waiting
they
list for
just
everything.
yes,
That
the
damn
stupid wait list.
Unicron.
I spent way too much on everything too early.
KAG, were you able to manage to get a PS5?
Yeah, right,
Damn
right
it.
there.
Damn it.
You see the
'Cause he
I
all
shouldn't have
black
asked
one?
that question. I shouldn't have asked that question. Now I'm
So
You ain't getting one.
behind me, there's a PS5 all black, and then
I got the black one.
that's the Halo Xbox Series X right there, and then the Switch right below it.
I got the Series
but
X.
yeah.
PS5. Oh, God. All right, and KAG, before we go, Final Fantasy VII Remake, what did you think?
So I'm still in the process of beating it. I like it a lot.
Nice.
I'll tell you if it's a gem or not when I completely beat it. But at this point, I would rate it like an 8 for sure. At this
Definitely
point,
at
least
it's
it's-
definitely better. Now, see, the funny thing is, everybody gives me shit about my comments about Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, but you know, the thing is that a lot of people were emotional about that because they weren't listening to what I really said. I didn't say it was a bad game. I just said it was overrated, especially compared to new RPGs. It's hard to say that's the greatest RPG of all time, like people say, when you have so many amazing RPGs now that do it better. It's a good game. I'm not taking that away, but it's overrated at this point. It's no longer, but people have their emotional ties to it.
Right.
It's no longer the greatest RPG of the day. It was back then to a lot of people, but now I guarantee every single one of you right now, level 857, can name an RPG that trumps that game now.
I could name 5 to
Final
10.
Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3.
So
Yeah, I could name like 5
So-
to 10 right now.
The
so
Xenoblade
now
Chronicles
it
2.
takes away the credit of it being one of the greatest RPGs. It
I
was a
was
good
in a
one. So,
discussion, and it was hilarious. I was in a
Yeah.
discussion in that room, and I was going down. It's like,
Oh, it got hot.
overrated?
It got hot.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It got hot in there.
oh
The
yeah.
second he said it, he said, Final Fantasy 7, are you serious?
It's because like
At
you
first.
said, that emotional attachment.
A lot
to
of
that.
people's first.
Anytime someone says Halo's overrated, I snap.
Yeah.
But it's because I love Halo so much. But it's not that just because they say it's overrated doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just saying
Right.
people are rating it a 12 when it's really just a 9 or a 10. You know what I mean?
Right.
Emotional
Right.
attachment makes like extra points.
No,
it gives it extra
absolutely.
points.
It does.
obviously.
Absolutely.
It does. It's
Yeah,
different
when
for
a
everybody.
game makes you question
Mm.
your life at that time,
Yeah.
it's people get serious about that because they tie that game with a time in their life that meant something really powerful or meaningful to them. So when you say the game is overrated, you're saying what they were going through at that time was overrated.
Yeah.
So it's almost an attack on them as an individual,
Right.
but it's not. It's just a personal opinion, right? And then you just have to break it down. Whenever you say something like that about a beloved game like that, give it context.
Yeah.
You have to give it context, because if you don't, people will just be like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
But as I started to give context to why I felt that way, the level came down, right? People were like, whatever. You still
They're
an
actually
asshole,
starting to
but whatever.
listen rather than act emotionally.
React. Yeah.
Plus, there's a remake, which blows it away anyway.
Well, Final Fantasy VII, that's the first 3D.
It was the first full motion a lot of people fell in love with
3D.
at the
Yeah.
time. At the time. Unless you had a Sega CD and loved that crisscross game, then that was the first full motion you were really looking at. So
I got it. Okay.
KAG saying that there are more modern RPGs better than the remake.
I don't know, man.
Yes.
That's
No.
Just wanted to quote
Not
him
better than the
correctly.
remake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well,
Better than the remake? Nah.
we gotta discuss that.
That's not you talking about, man. He said the original.
He said the remake. He's
Nah.
told that there's better RPGs in the
All
remake.
right.
No,
Well,
it didn't.
Well, there's better current day RPGs than the original Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, definitely the original.
The remake, I can't really give all of my opinion, because if you don't finish a game, you can't
You can't give the whole.
It's not
give an
good.
opinion about it.
I'm for that.
Yeah, it's
I
just
agree
it's
with
so hard. Like, it's like, how do you give your opinion about a girl you dated and you dated her for a month?
that. Right.
It's a hell
You
of a
have no
month.
opinion. Yeah.
Well, I asked the guy that dated her after.
Right. So it's just like you got to really give time invested.
I
And
agree
trust
with
me,
that.
by my birthday here in June, I'll have my full opinion on that game. I promise it to everybody. But so far, it's good.
Nice.
It's looking real good. I really do enjoy it. They fixed a lot of the issues that I had with the original when it came out and stuff. And a lot of people didn't even understand what I was talking about when I was telling them the translation was bad, because they barely even knew anything about Japanese to English translation anyways. So they were just like, what? So it was just like, it's cool.
Translation was bad.
All right, man. And like I said, it's a pleasure having you on, and definitely want to have you back.
Hell
again.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, man. This was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. And I wanted to respond to, is it How do you say that? Harris Marriage. So reason I say that, and I don't want to discredit how you feel, because, hey, it's a personal opinion, right? But reason I say that is because when certain parts of a game, like the game could not be good until level 8. And then it blows your damn mind. Level 8 and further to the end of the game, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Something happens where it changes your whole opinion.
That's
of the
Gambit
game.
Afterlife for me.
Yeah. And if you only give it 4 or 5 levels and then you just write it off, you never actually know if that was going to change for you. So I'm not going to take that away from you, but I will say that it could change in a matter of 30 minutes to an hour of a game. It could change your whole opinion of it further into the game, or it could ruin it. You could have a great experience at the beginning, then the end, you're just like, this is bullshit. Like Mass Effect 3. I loved it. And then I got the worst ending on earth, and I said, I hate it. Yeah. But I was loving it through it until the end of the game.
And then they fixed the ending, and I never went back into the game to even see what that ending was
You go to
supposed to
YouTube
be.
for that, man.
Yeah, I wanted to play it over. The Mass Effect. Now just too many games came out, and I just never got back into that. But I like 3 a lot. Yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah.
But I feel the same way. The original Final Fantasy VII, I know a lot. There's a million RPGs that came out past the original.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Like I said, nostalgia's a powerful thing.
It is.
It is.
But yes, it's been Media Glitch month, and it's a hell of a month, and
Yeah,
we're still
man.
continuing.
Hell yeah.
And we have your social networks are up here, so everybody listen, follow everything KAG is on.
I appreciate
on the
that.
screen right now. And if you're listening, just go to YouTube. And look at all
Look out the end of the podcast, and you'll be able to see his handles and stuff.
He said just go to YouTube. You know that app, YouTube?
Wow. Just you can't read it?
Dude,
Go on there.
I can't wait for Radical Reggie next week. I'm gonna be in the chat trolling and giving. We're gonna have some really cool giveaways. So if you're watching today, I wasn't able to do anything for you guys today because I'm actually interacting with everybody. But we're gonna hook level 857 up next week in the chat. We're gonna hook up Reggie. We're gonna that next week's chat is gonna be where you should be there. Trust me. When I tell you this, be there. Be there.
Before you go, I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Because you were talking about all the trolling and whatnot. Has Reggie ever told you about the time he was trolling me for like a month and a half about Street Fighter 5? And
not yo.
And then we got down to it.
And he got retired real quick.
Yeah. the trolling ended after that week.
I don't think he's played the game since.
Dude, like they don't. I would love to play you some Street Fighter 5. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. But they don't want to play it. Like me and Joel play Mortal Kombat, and then and then we play Killer Instinct, man. If you're not a Killer Instinct fan, like pick it up and play. It's a great game. They did a great game with a great job on this one. So, but dude, I would love to play you some some Street Fighter, and we can see if we can see what we can do about that.
Let's get it.
Y'all know Fighter Fridays, we got guests on this month, so
there you
it
go.
might happen then.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna have to jump in and shut both y'all down. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So what's your? We'll end it. Well, I'll end it this way. I don't want to keep you guys.
No, it's all right.
Best Street Fighter game. I know what you gonna say, Sticks. But what's your?
No.
We got to hear it.
You don't know. No, you don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, what's your best Street Fighter?
My favorite Street Fighter, the best Street Fighter that they've made that I will say publicly is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's probably the best Street Fighter that they made.
I agree.
The reason I wanted Street Fighter 2 in my top 10 is because of the nostalgia that it has and the music that it has and the characters that it has. And that means more to me than Street Fighter Alpha 3 alone. But as a game, is a different question.
Okay. Now, what would you say was the best version of Street Fighter Alpha 3?
The best version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 would probably
on what system?
I mean, they had
Dreamcast.
No. They added stuff to the Game Boy Advance one, but but I can't say that's the best one.
He eliminates the one where he took the most L's. That's what he eliminates that one.
They have new characters. They have new characters in the Street Fighter Alpha for Game Boy, which sucks because I want Street Fighter Alpha Max to be on a real system because that was obviously the one that had everything in there. But the best version? I mean, I like which was the one that had the 2-player versus Vice and everybody?
Street Fighter Alpha 2?
Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Well,
2 had it, but 3 had it.
1,
3 had it for everything.
Alpha 1 had it versus Bison. Street Fighter Alpha 3, that was dramatic mode, I think.
They had dramatic mode as the whole process.
Street Fighter EX. Let me stop.
Yeah.
But that was for PlayStation
personally
2,
say,
right?
Yeah.
It was for PlayStation 2 or 3.
The PSP version for me, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max. I would say is the best, hands down version of Street Fighter Alpha.
It was for that.
Max
Max is the best version.
That was good.
Okay, then you got it.
It's such an amazing game, man.
No, that's right.
Yeah, that's the one then.
I forgot about that.
I thought that Max only came out for Game Boy Advance. Okay, no, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow, screen and everything.
No, it was the one.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's not the one he played me on.
No, it's not.
KAG,
You don't know nothing about that.
KAG,
Street Fighter, Street Fighter 4 is my favorite.
you're an awesome guest, dude.
That's
Thank you so much for joining us, man, tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, man.
And it's time to part ways.
Yes.
Everybody out there, please follow this guy on all the social media that you're seeing right now.
On the social media, don't just follow him because that's creepy. Follow his social media.
You have a whole street of people
Follow him. Follow him.
Don't let him see
Know what
you.
he's doing at night.
Do not let him see you.
No, man. Thank you again, dude.
All right,
Have a
KAG.
good night, dude.
Thank you,
I
KAG.
appreciate it, man.
Be good, brother.
Appreciate it.
Media Glitch Month, y'all.
We're going to do it again after he beats Final
Heck
Fantasy
yeah,
7 Remake,
man.
absolutely.
Oh, no, I'm sure we'll hear everything he's got to say about that.
Indeed.
Yeah, the community wants to know, man.
So let us know what you guys think of this new layout right here, man.
Yeah,
You guys like it?
How you like it?
Is it too much? Is it too much? Is it too?
Nah, they can see the background better.
It's nice. It's
They
nice.
want to see everything.
Bigger. It's a bigger screen, right?
We're bigger.
But yeah, man. For all you guys who don't know, we have a live stream schedule right here in front of your face.
A
In your
schedule.
face.
That's right. Starting with the Indie eShop recap. First Monday of every month, We do this live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We watch indie trailers
Join
in
us.
the eShop. Tune in live because that's the most fun you're going to have. Then, of course, Tactical Tuesdays is followed by that with me, AlGA57.
What you
Gonna
playing?
watch that.
Type of games.
Well, this week coming up, I'm going to be playing Top D and 2D, or 2D and Top D. I forgot
Top D.
I forgot the arrangement, but
Top D's nuts.
that game, I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna actually play it live for the first time ever. I bought the game, I have it, but I'm gonna play it live for you guys' enjoyment. And it's a hybrid. It's a side scroller / top down puzzle game hybrid, whatever type of game.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
That's why it's on.
So
Tuesday.
I when we saw it in the eShop, which shameless plug. When we saw it in the eShop, I instantly was like, I have to get this game. It's got to be on Tactical Tuesdays, and I'll be doing it live. So tune in for that. Then, of course, the Video Game Podcast, which is what you're listening to or watching live right now. And you guys already know. You want to watch this live. You want to be a part of the show. This is your favorite indie. This is your favorite interactive video game podcast. And in order to experience it at its fullest is live. So
Hit that like button.
tune in.
But if you miss it and you're only listening to it, make sure you rate it on Apple Podcasts and Mixer Box and leave us a review. Really, really helps out.
No, it does. That's true. It does.
Thank you.
Then it's followed by Thursday Thrills with Sticks.
Yeah.
He's going to play something new, old, or indie.
Thrilling.
Or indie.
Thrilling.
Or Elden Ring.
Or Elden Ring
I
again.
beat that.
Damn.
Thing of the
No.
past, I beat that.
Tune in for that. And then, of course, Fighter Fridays with Big Choco.
I only play Dragon Ball Fighters, guys.
That's correct.
Dragon Ball
There's
Fighter
nothing-
Fridays.
There's nothing new to see here.
Yeah.
It's still your favorite day of the week, though. So tune in. There's going to be beatdowns thrown. I might catch some. I might give some. You know, it's all good.
And if you're lucky, he might play something other than Dragon Ball Fighters.
I might.
Maybe.
If I'm feeling generous that week,
Spoiler.
I might play something other than Dragon Ball.
Then we also have 2 random streaming shows. Whenever we have the free time, we do this. We have Smash-O-Matics with Turbo 857 and the 23rd Stallion.
Yeah.
And
Right, yeah.
Backlog Break, man. And I might do one tomorrow. I don't know. Not 100% yet. But the Backlog Break, man. What better way to do it than to do it live? And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Yo. Awesome podcast. This is the first time we did the new setup.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we had a little hiccup, but thankfully it wasn't.
It wasn't us.
It wasn't us. Like, I was like, I thought it was. I was like, oh,
It
my
was
God.
media glitch.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot, I went through everything. I'm like,
always.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
It was Joel.
And I'm
always.
glad. I'm actually very, very happy because I worked really hard to try to get this thing working, and it's working fine, which is awesome.
Great job, Al.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. You guys are always awesome. Never complain about you. And we'll see you next week.
Beat
Hell
it.
yeah. Peace.